You know what it is. Funk Flex, Ciroc Boy, I should say Ciroc Studios. Peter Shue is here with me today. How are you, my brother?
And ain't you? Oh, yeah, I'm here.
Everything good?
Yeah, I'm good, Flex. You know, I wouldn't be here for nobody but you. You know, come to
I appreciate
pay
you.
my respects.
I appreciate you coming by. And also, I've watched a couple of the things that you've done and a couple of things that you've been working on. And the book, I enjoyed the book. Now, I'm halfway through.
Okay.
I didn't know, Don't Worry Murray was also...
Yeah, it sold me out my last trial.
You get out
He was
of here.
sick. He was sick during the last trial, so I can't really blame him, but he should have let the judge know so the judge could excuse him because he missed some testimony that was important. And then, you know, he
Okay.
was so sick he didn't do the homework on to find out that we had corrupt agents on the case during trial, and they should have never been able to testify against me.
Okay.
So that was that.
I want to go to the... I like always going to the beginning. So, you're born and raised in the Bronx, correct?
Yes.
What part of the Bronx?
South Bronx,
Well, like, give me a...
Hunts Point area, Simpson area, all that.
Now, man, that time you're growing up over there, it's Wild Wild West.
Oh, it's crazy. It was crazy
Nuts.
because, you know, we had everything over there. We had drugs, we had prostitutes, we had sticker kids, we had kidnappers, we even had stray dogs over there. I mean, you know, my mom used to go to work
some
in the
old school
morning,
shit.
and the dogs used to chase it. They used to wake me up and to go chase the dogs up. Peter Jr., go get them dogs away from your mom. They got my mom's hemmed up in the corner. You know, I had to go out there with the baseball bat.
He said hemmed up, so you have to understand.
Yeah, stray
That's
dogs
an
was rough over there.
That's an important term for
We had midget prostitutes.
What
Yeah,
happened?
nobody had that over there. We had midget prostitutes.
Oh,
in Hunts Point.
the point. It's clean now, right?
And they killed him.
It's clean now, right? Now. Like it's
Well,
the point.
I really haven't been over there.
But from what I understood,
But you know, I heard
No?
it's better. I heard it's
In the
better.
back of the area is still a little
Still
seedy.
the same on
Still a
point.
little seedy.
the wedge.
That's my cousin. That's my cousin Terry talking right now.
That's good, Terry. Terry, how are you, my brother?
I'm good in yourself, Flex.
Bless.
Got my son with me. This little Peter.
Yeah, so little P, like real, like his government Peter.
Yeah, he's
That's
Peter
it.
Shue Jr.
He's official.
Junior.
Yeah, yeah,
My,
yeah.
son, my other son and daughter couldn't make it.
I was just asking him, you know. So how old are you, Peter Shue Jr.? 25, which
yeah.
means you're born what year?
92, baby.
So you didn't see you
I'm a new.
were tucked away.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
like 3.
You
Yeah, when I left the streets, he was 3.
was 3.
My daughter was 5. My other son was 3.
So now Bronx. Now where'd you go to school up there?
Well, I kept getting kicked out. You talking about high schools? They
High
kept kicking
school.
me out. I went to every high school.
But give me a couple in the Bronx. Which one?
Stevenson, Evander, Moreau. What else? There was some more.
So you would just go and get into trouble, and you gotta go. You gotta get out of school.
Yeah, I'd be cutting class. My parents be in the principal's office. People run out to school. Yo, your parents are there. You know, catch hell behind it, and then I'm back
Okay.
on the street.
Okay, so then now give me a time for high school. Give me a year. Where are we now? I want to paint a picture.
High school was 74 to 78, something like that.
74 to 70. Well, wait.
Yeah, because I went to college in 78. I went to Manhattan Community in 78.
Oh, you went to Manhattan Community. Okay. So you might be a little older than me. I'm thinking we're in the same age bracket.
I'm older
You're a
than
little
you.
older than me. Okay, so now you graduated high school. So I saw in your book, were you playing basketball
Yeah,
in high school?
I was playing basketball all my life, even when I was in jail. I was
Okay.
playing ball. So the whole thing is that was my thing. I love basketball.
So when I'm seeing those pictures in high school, are you hustling anything yet? Are you in school trying to figure out I'm going to go to college? Like, what are your thoughts as you're in school,
I was
cutting
selling
school,
joints.
getting in
I
oh,
was
even
selling
in,
weed.
in high school?
Yeah, joints.
Okay.
I go to school with 100 joints to try to get me $100.
Yo, you know how old school that word is? You know how old school joint?
Trees, blunts, whatever.
That's the kids go down with. Yo, a joint?
But you know why they was joints? Because they was
Nah,
skinny, not
no,
like they smoked
absolutely.
the stuff they smoked now.
Yo.
I had people gritting on me the skinny joints I used to give them. You know? So, yeah,
He
we
said,
used to-
okay, so you're doing this in high school.
Yeah.
When you're doing that in high school, what are you making?
If I sell 100 joints, I get $100.
You get $100.
Do the math, Flex.
Okay.
Do the math.
So $100 a day.
$100 a day.
Okay, so now so you're making $700 a week from this.
Yeah.
Okay, so now go to high school. do you graduate? You don't graduate.
Yeah, I graduated.
Because you go to college. Now, even when you're in college, are you hustling or you want to play basketball? What are your thoughts?
I'm hustling all my life.
You're still hustling as you're going to college, taking
Up
credits.
to now. Up to I came home from this bed. That was it. I
Okay.
hustled all my life. I mean, even when we was in high school, Bryant Park, we used to go down there, me and my man. He's not here right now, but we used to go to sell joints down there. And at first, we so young, the older guys is like, oh, look at them, look so cute. Yeah, let them get their shit off. So we selling joints, but then we start getting a lot of customers because our weed was good. So we start getting like,
This is college? This is college.
no, this is high school.
High
still.
school.
We start selling like, I might get 800, 900 joints sold in a day.
Mm-hmm.
So we was taking out their business. So what they did, I was late getting downtown one day, and they robbed my man, threatening him if he come back down there, they're gonna kill him.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm on my way down there, so I didn't get robbed. So because he reached out to me and told me, yo, don't come down there. Them niggas just flipped on us. I said, all right. So I'm like, yo, bro, I'm gonna go get my 38 long. We go down there and fire on them.
Mm-hmm.
But he said, nah, he ain't want to do it. He said, yo, it's too many of them. You only got 6 shots. This is 38 long.
And this is not your part of town, correct?
This is Manhattan, Bryant Park.
But Manhattan, but you're from the Bronx, so
I'm from the Bronx.
you're coming down there every day.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
So we did, we decided to just sell it in high school then.
Okay.
So I was forced to do that.
So then now, because college was college. Now where does if college? Then we're top 80s. We're early 80s now in college, correct?
Yeah.
So
79, 80, 81.
are you clubbing yet? Are you going to any places to party?
Clubbing.
Where are you going at this time?
But you passed the fever days then, huh? You want to skip over the fever days in Hilltop
fever,
and
the fever kind of
71,
371. Yo,
All my spots.
when you said 371 in the book,
DJ Hollywood.
oh my god, I did not experience 371. I just know of it. I
Hollywood,
heard
Reggie
tapes.
Wells, Hollywood, Reggie Wells. What was it? Eddie Chiba.
Eddie Chiba.
And what was the other one? It was 4 of them.
Mhm.
Best music I ever heard.
The best time you've had.
Loved them. I mean, people came after them that I love too. Kid Capri, you, Red Alert. I love Red Alert. That's my man. Starsky, all them. And Ron G and them. Ron G, I did an interview with Ron G before. That's my man too. So I love listening to good music, but nobody. Hollywood on that mic.
Yeah, no,
fantastic.
his energy. His
Fantastic.
energy and creativity.
Fantastic.
Is,
I used to love
but
it.
now
He got me a
fever.
lot of coochie. by the way, he's up my back, around my neck. I said, "Whoo-ah!" I got the girl in check. Yeah, Hollywood was something else.
Fever's like going on during this though, technically,
Yeah.
because Fever doesn't really shut down till like 86, 87.
Fever stay open to early in the morning. Then you go to the Hilltop. You go to the after house spots.
I knew of that. I knew
Hilltop
of that.
and Players Choice, all them clubs. But we used to go on the Fever. That's when at that time Coke was like weed is now.
Absolutely.
So Coke was a casual high. So we could be in there sniffing, thinking about who we gonna rob next. Back in the day.
You said that in the book.
Yeah, that's what we was doing when we was young. I was robbed to get high and get money. We come with the fresh outfit, limousines and everything, but we don't rob somebody and took their shit.
Now, now when you say rob, meaning, so you're young now, right? So now, is it you? And I think in the book how you mentioned it was, you said you referred to it as Robin Hood. You
Yeah.
referred to it as like.
Yeah, we rob and eventually give to the poor.
Okay, so then now, but I think it was like so other people hustling, or whatever's going on, or the people that are making money. What slows that up for you? Because at some point that changes for you, where you're not
Well,
sticking
you
doing
know,
stick-ups.
we lost a few people. Me, Terry lost a few people.
This is during that time.
in that era. Yeah, we lost a few people, and either they got life in jail or got killed. And I just got tired of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Because I didn't have to go to a rehab or nothing to stop sniffing coke. I stopped on my own.
Flex. He
You
went
discussed
to
that.
jail. He went to jail.
No, but I stopped before I went to jail.
You discussed that. I noticed in the book, and I know see in your interviews that because a lot of people don't mention
That was
the
my
coke.
first case. me going to jail. We're not talking about this one. That was my first case on robbery. I went to jail for that.
That I did. Well, I saw you say that
Yeah,
someplace.
somebody told on me then. Another telling these dudes can't hold water, man. They told on me. He get caught. You know, he says he tells his sister to call me and tell me, yo, Shue, I think they got you. They know who you are. I said, yeah, they know. You told them, motherfucker. So then I had
What
to
year
leave my
is
house. I like to say 81.
81.
I had to
This is
leave my
early, my
house.
brother.
So they came to my house, right? They came to my house. My mother switched on the pictures and put a black looking dude, 'cause I'm black and Chinese, put a black looking dudes in all the pictures. So when the detectives came there, they see black dudes in all the frames of the pictures. They be like, where's your son Peter? She said, he's not here. He said, is this him? They was like, she said, yeah, that's him. So the description of me wasn't that. So they thought they had the wrong guy.
Loved it.
So when I'm going to play basketball, like 3 days later, I got my pony bag on me and the basketball in my hand and the 357 in my bag.
Mm-hmm.
So I was with my man Mello, and he was one of my sticker partners. So we going down the street, and he playing around reaching for the ball. I spin, the nigga cuffed me. I said, oh shoot. So I said, can I get my bag up? Can I at least get my bag up? He said, and the ball, he said, yeah, go ahead. I was like, dang, Jesus.
He didn't go in the bag.
Nah, he ain't go to bed. So my 357 mag was in there. So
And they probably thinking you young, you ain't got nothing in there.
that's what they was looking for on the case too, the 357 mag. So, you know, I still lost trial though. So
Well, this is what? This is 81.
yeah, 82.
82. Now this is like, I'm remembering 82. I mean, the hip hop's young, the music you like, but that's a rough life for you. 82 that early, like, you know. How did why is that what you want to do? I mean, like, there's so many other things that you could have done, and just as you know, the word stick up kid, I haven't heard that.
Well, you know,
it's so long.
You know,
Stick
growing
kid.
up, right? Growing up,
Facts.
for some reason, I don't know what it is,
Heard
but
that.
everybody always looked to me to make the decision what we're gonna do. All the younger brothers that was with me, and so I had a lot of pressure on me. So I had to make. Even now, when I come home now, they was like, "Yo, what's the game plan? What's the game
There
plan?"
can't be no
I just
game
did
plan,
21
man.
years. Ain't no game plan. Game over. But when I came home with my state bid, you read the book, the same thing. What's the game plan?
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't want to initially sell drugs.
Mm-hmm.
I initially wanted to, stay out the life because I don't want to go back to jail. I don't want to.
How much time did you do when you
4 years.
Long time
So-
back then, and how you were young.
A lot of people be like, oh, I brought the fellas in here. I'm gonna introduce you to, but
That's a long time
It's
at
a lot
that
of dudes.
age.
There's a lot of dudes out here get confused and brainwashed because when they go to the feds, 4 years ain't nothing. 10 years ain't nothing because they're giving out football numbers. So you're giving out 30 years, 40 years. So you like, when I went to the pen and met my man Art and all them, they was like, how much time you got? I said, 25. They was like, oh, you short. I'm gonna kill him. What the hell you talking about? I'm short. You know what I'm saying? So the feds confuse your mind with this bullshit. But the reality of it is time is time. You doing 4 years, that's a lot of time. You doing 5 years, that's a lot of time. But
Absolutely.
you just gotta be a stand-up man behind it. You gotta know what you can handle. If you can't do 10 years, sell 5 years worth of drugs, that's a penalty. You know what I'm saying? You got too many these dudes, all these dudes, they supposed to be gangsters, right? They go and tell on their people when they get caught instead of holding their weight. I know we're gonna get into that, but the whole thing is
I agree with you, Shue. You know what it is. I think when some people are faced, I think a lot of people do the talk, right? And there's a handful of you, such as yourself, that have done the talk, and done the time, and even came out and still on the same wavelength. I think with some people, they get into that situation and they talk the talk, but when it happens and they're looking at that time, I think they go a different direction.
well, I believe it's always in them. Just like the gay stuff, that's always in them. If it's in them, it's in them. I
Correct.
I saw one. I get up in the bathroom, go in the bathroom early in the morning one day, and I see this dude who's supposed to be third dude. He ain't no rat or nothing. He's in the bathroom.
This is your last bid.
This big.
The bid you just did. Okay.
So I'm half asleep. I walk in the bathroom. He's having sex with another man. I thought this dude was a real dude. You know what I'm saying? So I said, oh, shit. He said, you know what he told me?
Mm-hmm.
Guess what this nigga told me? Shue. He said, yo, Shue, I don't do this every day. That's what he had
You
to
want
learn
to
to
say,
tell
but
me.
nigga, you doing it today. So what day is it today?
And you know what I told him? I said, I'm not going to say nothing. Shh, don't worry about it. I went and told everybody.
At least you keep it a buck.
And
Keep it a buck.
look.
You're not saying I don't know how they found out. I
look.
told them.
And listen, and we in there bugging out like, so, that being said, Peter, what day doesn't he do it? So we trying to figure this shit out. I'm like, yo, and this is supposed to be a stand-up dude. So you got dudes.
But shoot.
It's in them.
No, but I mean it. But isn't it the lifestyle or the jail? I mean, look, some people like me. I see it on TV. I'm sure that ain't the way it is. You know what I'm saying? Like I think it's something different. You know. So tell me what you think about this. I think there's people who say they're stand-up dudes, because I'm a civilian. A stand-up. I think there's people who say they're stand-up dudes, and end up in life being a stand-up dude, right? Let's just say. But then I think there's some people that never get tested, not in the street, but they don't get tested to be in that seat, facing 45 or whatever, and still claim that ain't the right thing to do. You went through it and did it, and you're out speaking about it. But there's people who speak like you, who have not done it, never got convicted of anything, to even see if they would handle it in that same way.
Of course, if you ain't tested on anything, that shows the character of you. But I deal with men that have been tested. I brought a few of them in here today,
and that's what I hear more. That, to be honest, that's what I pay. Like, you, Kevin, or people like that I listen to more, because sometimes there's people say to me in the game that may have come after you, and they give me that energy, like, yeah, we're not supposed to. You never did, but bruh, I didn't see you. I don't know if you built like that. It's easy to say it from the outside. I mean, and I know the snitch word holds heavy with you. I know it's cooperating.
Definitely.
Cooperating. People cooperate. I know that's not a good word.
Because these guys they know what they was getting into. So if you know what you're getting into, right? All this stuff these people be calling you up. I heard about what happened after the Kevin Childs thing. They calling you up. Call me. You know what I'm saying? Because the whole thing is all these excuses they make. Oh, he fucked my girl. He ain't paid for my lawyer.
All right, I didn't want to have that discussion
you
with you.
that in your street.
Now we're talking who we're talking. We're talking.
But do they pay for my lawyer? And I was down with him, and
Wait.
he's supposed to do that.
Who's
I'ma
that
see him when I get
situation?
home. I don't know.
No, that's Guy. That's Guy.
It could be anybody.
No, that's the Guy Fisher.
Oh, Guy Fisher's story with Nikki.
Nikki Barnes.
Yeah.
Well, shout to Kevin who connected me with Guy Fisher's people.
Okay, Guy Fisher. Shout out to Guy Fisher and Underwood and Prince and anybody else that's a 10% over the United States, because I have a lot of friends incarcerated that I got love for.
I want to talk the Nikki Barnes thing with you for a minute.
Yeah.
And I want your vibe. I want your energy. Okay. Now this is what I heard and read, because I don't have really a close source.
So I could break it down for you because I know what you're gonna say. He was
He
was messing with the girls.
No. But I mean, the girl should never be. That shouldn't be come into play.
Yeah.
But now, correct me if I'm wrong. When he went in, he didn't say anything, right? We're talking Nikki Barnes, right? He didn't speak about it, right?
Okay.
Now, was there a point where they were supposed to cover his bills, put a certain amount of money aside, because I did remember that and I did read that.
I would have to be this is what he's saying, but I would have to be associated in that crew, and I was too young at the time. You want to say something?
Oh, tell me. Do you know the story better? All right, step to the mic. Yeah, I want to know. I want to learn.
Right here, baby.
Well,
tell me what he asked.
Tell me, so that Nikki Barnes thing, was it supposedly?
He got jealous over somebody talking to his girl.
So were you in that crew, in that team of? I want to know. Tell me. This is a story I've always wanted to know. I've always wanted to know.
I was affiliated with some people at that time.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So then now. So where does it switch? Because then Nikki Barnes at first goes in and then he doesn't talk, right?
Stand up.
He stands up for a little while, and then a couple years go by.
Couple years go by.
And then so what takes him off that track to make him cooperate?
my brother is my brother, and my brother would not date my girl or whatever the case may be.
Got you.
No.
So he assumed. He assumed that that's what's going on.
But even if that's true, not to cut you off, if you believe in that, don't mean you telling them.
Correct.
You see them when you see them as when you can. If you can't see him yourself, I value him. I have more respect for him if he would have sent somebody to see them.
Because I don't know if it was Feds or Don. No, it would have been Feds because I don't think he snitched. He wouldn't have been. He
Right.
cooperated, so he wouldn't be in Don.
He was in the Fed magazine.
He's in Feds, and if he seemed to have and I don't think in Feds he mentioned the girl part.
Well,
He mentioned more. He didn't mention it. I don't think
all
he
these
mentioned it
snitches
in
is
it.
not
But
gonna
I've
tell
read
you-
it in other
the snitches
places.
is not going to tell you what they don't want you to know. They're going to tell you what they want you to know, which is a lie. You know, just like them guys telling you after Kevin Child's joint, they want to come on and do interviews, right? The snitches. Okay. My question to y'all, and I'm letting them hear this, these snitches, right?
Look at-
Didn't y'all do enough interviews? Didn't y'all do enough interviews when you told
Remember? No, I'm gonna keep it a buck, New York. See, like I do ask Peter, like I ask Shue sometime when somebody call me, and I say, "Yo, you know, what you think?" And Peter, he'll look to the
And when you
side
call
for a
me and tell
second.
me?
He don't overreact, and then he'll look around, and he says, "You know, what they tell you?"
Because I mean,
and then,
they did enough interviews. They did enough talking, and they still want to come over here and talk. And they're gonna try to make you a believer of their shame, right? Because they're gonna come in here and lie and not tell the truth. I respect. I had one dude that came to me and said, "Yo, Shue, I know you ain't gonna mess with me no more," but I told. And I respected that.
he told you.
I told him don't never say nothing else to me. But I respected that he came to me. I respected him as a man. Now all these grown men is lying to these girls, lying to these dudes, got everybody twisted, thinking they straight up dudes and they are, but then and they lying.
Well, I'm gonna tell you something, Peter. I think what a lot of people didn't bank on was social media. Because if social media and the internet didn't come about, like, look, 70s or 80s, right? You know, I was a kid, and sometimes you see a guy come home from jail. There'd be some people that say, yo, he a stand-up dude. There'd be some people that say, yo, he told, right? But you wouldn't really get the drift of what happened. But, you know, now you can look a nigga's case up. You could, you know, it's and here, if you told on someone back then, that person didn't have a voice to say, that nigga told on me. You could say it, but only your neighborhood's gonna hear you. You could go to another state, start new.
And people don't care. Even now they don't care.
Well, back then people cared.
They don't care because you know why? These
Now
guys
they
come
don't.
home. These guys come home. They didn't care back then either. These guys come home now. Then they'll give them movie deals, money in their pocket. These are some great men. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put one on here right now, real quick. Come here, Stevie. Come here, Steve. Now this is.
You look like you
this
put him
is
on the
Stevie-
spot.
This is one of my partners. This is Stevie Mamos.
Now,
let me before I'm gonna ask him any questions you
no,
want.
that's not even a question. But we got to put the disclaimer out.
What?
I want to put the disclaimer now because New York, Jersey, Connecticut, we don't condone this. We are telling a story of something that happened in the past.
Okay.
You
well,
know,
this is in the past.
Yeah, and we're not glorifying for kids to do this. We're just sharing some information and some facts of the early 80s and the hustle game. Okay, so introduce me to your partner.
This is Stevie Mamos. Now me and him was semi-partners back in the day doing things together,
Okay.
right?
Now, is this first action, second action?
Or
Both actions. And we don't have to be too specific. I don't want to get into no trouble.
Not the first case.
But I'll
Not the
put
first case.
Not the first. That's a good way to put it.
But listen,
Second case.
he's not on my case. I'm not on his.
Okay.
But the name of his dope was called Pure Energy.
Okay.
Everybody knows about that.
Okay. Which we're not condoning, and we also know that
we're not
ruined.
condoning
And we
it,
also know
and
that
we
ruined. Wait, P, hold on. We also know that ruined a lot of communities.
Yes,
I want
yes.
to acknowledge that lives were ruined.
The drugs ruined a lot of communities.
Yes,
but
yes,
let me tell you
yes.
something.
Okay, I would love to continue.
The reason I
Absolutely.
brought you over here, not because I'm trying to hype up what he did.
But we're giving some
I want to
information.
hype
We're sharing.
up. I want to hype up what he did after
Okay.
he was arrested. After his
This was
whole
what
crew,
year?
91. His whole crew was arrested.
Mm-hmm.
Ask him how many people told
caught no one, but the surrounding.
Okay,
People
but nobody in the
that
call.
Basically, yeah, the people that committed
The court
the major
never
crime,
told.
let's put it,
Strong.
you know what I'm saying?
Well, how much time did you have to do?
Well, they gave me 40 years. I did 25 in 3 months.
Stand up dude.
Well, I don't. When you say it, I don't even know
When
what
he came
that's-
home,
I don't
when
even
he
know
came
what
home-
that's like. I don't even know what that's like.
When he
like,
came-
like when you just say it.
When he came home,
The 40 was taking me to a place. Like,
I only came out
then I
on
was like, nah, I
25
can't.
because I won the case after
yeah,
the fact.
he was supposed to do more time.
When he said 40, I was counting it up. I was like, well, I'm shit. Then he did the 25.
Yo,
But ain't-
Oh my Christ.
Yo.
I happened to get it overturned after 25 years.
Uh-huh.
3 months. They
stand up dudes. I just want you to see that there's brothers, and I got a few more in here.
See, now-
that don't, because
What part of
we
town
are-
you from?
The Bronx.
BX,
What
baby.
part of Bronx?
Melrose Avenue.
Oh my God. Oh, I know the area. Back
We
then,
don't.
I know what it
listen,
was.
Listen, there's a whole bunch of brothers that don't tell, that don't get recognized, that don't get the movie deals, that don't get money in their pocket. Did you get any money in your pocket from guys running?
Now,
up
now,
like
now,
that?
now, Peter, we got to go back. I want to go back.
I took him to dinner when he came home.
Wait, I want to say something to you though.
Yeah.
Now, I want to tell you something how people do feel. Me as a civilian,
Okay.
maybe because, look, I know you prior to this. Well, we did parties.
He DJ'd with my
Well,
last party I couldn't make.
I'm gonna tell him he was a Kid Capri guy though. That was his guy. That was his guy. Like I remember I used to be like, yo, Shue, what up, nigga?
Throw me a bone.
Nah, but he probably gave me a couple. He gave like the
Nah, you know he messed you up?
Nah, I didn't
your
get
manager.
hot.
Your manager. What's her name?
Oh, Jessica.
Jessica messed you up.
Wait, but you did. I know.
I
She
want to
was,
deal with Jessica.
yo, he's telling everything that ain't goddamn. He's telling. Wait, he's telling everything. He's telling everything. But you used to make Jessica nervous.
Yeah.
You used to make her nervous.
Because she thought that she could, you know, because she was white, she thought she could talk to people in a certain way.
He's keeping it.
I would have put her in the trunk. So I had to let her know, listen,
I
ho,
was then. Not
this is
now.
now. I'm not doing that now.
was
Let's
there.
put the disclaimer out. Back in the day, I would have put it in the trunk. But my thing is this. You're not going to talk to me.
But you also became competition because you were throwing parties too.
The best parties. Not,
Yeah, but so
best party.
there was some competitiveness.
nobody threw a party like us.
No, it was mean. It was mean. But there was some competitiveness going on. I think back then, and I, in my defense, in your defense, I didn't get hot till like 92, 93. So I understood that you were with Capri before that. I understood it.
Be a beast.
And I felt like
You a beast.
I felt when I got in there,
That's a beast.
I was
Oh,
handling
yeah.
my.
Yeah, you was good.
Yo, the chicks. though,
Chuck, chill out.
The chicks in them parties, bro. Maria, listen. I'm just talking about a shit.
See your eyes, man. Look at your eyes.
Yo, it was like, wasn't it? You used to go. Okay, you man, you're busy.
He wasn't a party man. He was rocking that paper.
He was busy.
I was forcefully.
Nah, the parties I used to have a real good time. You mentioned Blue in your book,
Me and Blue did a couple parties.
and then and you mentioned something about being at the jewelry store. I don't know who you said that you would bump into it when you were at the store at the
Which ones?
book.
The brothers from Baltimore that was.
Yes, you were giving that story.
Yeah, because Baltimore is, my second home. I got into some. I kept meeting good dudes, and I kept putting them down, and we started. You vibing like me and Steve. We vibe, so you start making money together. And the whole thing is, when you make money together, it's a good thing.
Now-
You happy, everybody's happy.
Everybody's moving.
But that's why these dudes be on, and I spoke on this the other day on my live thing. All these dudes out here talking about they bosses. You ain't the boss. Stop
There
thinking
wasn't a
you're
ton
a
of
boss.
bosses back then. It was a handful.
But I tell everybody, be leaders, not followers. But stop saying you're a boss, because if you're the boss, I would know it, because you have a headache every day. Because ask him, he's the boss. Ask Rico, he's the boss. If you're the boss, it's a headache every day. I don't give a damn how much money you make. It's a headache. When you come back home that night, you can have $100 million in your pocket. Your brain is hurting because something pissed you off, or something happened to where you had to make adjustments and you get headaches. These dudes that claim they bosses now, they faking like hell.
Now, from the civilian standpoint,
Yeah.
I want to talk
Civilian
from
standpoint,
that's me. I want to talk from the civilian part. There are people, and I said to Kevin, I said to Gito, there are people who, because lives are lost, because even a life lost, even in the street life, right? And it could be somebody you're at war with, and a life is lost. right? That person still has kids, mother, daughter, mother, father, everything that's attached to it, right? On top of what the drugs do to the community, right? And innocent people who do get hurt in the wars, just everything that takes place. You know, Peter, there are some civilians. I think why people who cooperate don't get that dagger or that fuck you, because whether it's a snitch, a person cooperating, or a civilian, you know, there are people who feel like, you know, they do want that element off the street.
But that's a civilian talking.
But
Well, family that he told on their family.
no, not co-signing them at all.
Talk about even
But-
the civilian, the family member. Say
Of the-
you're my
of the
brother,
person who-
and I'm not a drug dealer. I'm a civilian. But you somebody tell on you and you go to jail. I'm pissed because you're my brother.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying?
But what I'm taking, I want to take out the element of the cooperating and the person I want to take you to, but there is an element where this is wrong as it's going on. You see what I'm saying?
We know it's wrong. Everybody knows it's wrong. But see, this is an avenue you were given.
But that's sometimes why so like you know how you just said a snitch comes out and makes money, but there's a. I even think the people who make money with the snitch, the person who cooperates, that snitch is just a harsh word. The person who cooperates, they're making money with them, but I don't think that they are making money because they're happy with them, or I think they have a story to tell, so people listen. But
so you trying to tell me there's not a good story to tell about Peter Shue, Stephen Mamos?
But I think it's good stories.
Underwood, Guy Fisher.
No.
You want me to go on and on?
No, their stories are better. But I'm just saying, no matter what story it is, Peter, there's been a strain on the community before the cooperating, before everything else, from the drugs and from everything else. So there are people who go, you know what? I don't care who snitched. I don't care who did what. I just want this from my block, from my street, from my area.
And
I'm not saying that condoning the
personally,
snitch.
everybody in this room,
Yes.
right? I'm sure we don't want nobody to follow our footsteps, right?
Absolutely.
And what we
I feel
did,
that
and what we
energy.
did, because I don't, right?
But you
I'm telling
understand
you,
at the time why.
because I had to do it.
Well, okay, now
See
that
what I'm
you
saying?
brought up a great
I had to
topic.
do it because
And why is that?
I had people I had to take care of. See, my thing had to stretch farther, and I'm sure with Steve and Rico and Art and whoever else is in here, that went to jail on the Fed thing. But my thing is this, Tone. But my thing is this. I had a team.
Mm-hmm.
My team looked up to me. My team was always with me. I'm not gonna let us be broke. I'm sure Stevie had that problem too. See, if it was just me, because if you read the book, I tried to come home off the armed robbery joint and leave that joint alone. But my team was crying to me.
But what made you go back?
Because my team,
Because this is 80.
What the phone company did to me, right?
No, I didn't read that. I didn't see that part.
All right,
well, give me some years first before you get to the phone
That was
company.
when I
You
came
go
home.
in what year? You go in 82, 84. You go in 84.
Yeah.
This is
No, I was trial in '84.
you
That's when I went.
went. So this is Curtis Blow, Run DMC. I'm just giving it time. This is that time period, right? Boom. You go in 84. When you come out?
'88.
So you partially missed the height of the crack era, right? Because 80
Some of it.
Summer
I came home, it was still there.
summer 86 going into 87. So you come home what part of time in 88?
I think it was June, I think.
So this is Kane. I'm trying to think.
I know all of them.
Special Ed. What time period are we in? We're in Rakim. Oh God, huh?
I know all of
Rakim.
them because 88.
Okay.
88.
EPM. Oh my
88,
God. So
I
what
came.
you saying?
88, I came home. 88, I came
God.
home.
Oh
88, I
God.
came home. Right. 88, I came home. 89, and the 89, we had my first party.
Okay, so you come home 88, right? So you're not in the game yet. You're trying to do something else.
No.
What is that you're trying to do? Because if you're
I was trying to work for the phone company, but
What happened?
another snitch. This is a civilian snitch, but you know, he's
keep cooperating.
they cooperated on me like hell. So look, I'm supposed to look. You know in the application where it says ever been convicted, I didn't check that. Because if I
You
checked
lied,
that, I
you
wouldn't
didn't
get the
give it.
job. No, if you been convicted, they're not giving you his job. So I'm working in a phone company, right?
So you're working. You
I'm
get the
working in a phone
job.
company. Yeah, I'm on.
What are you doing there? like
Telephone representative.
You going to the cribs and then
No, I'm on the phone.
On the phone.
Selling custom calling services that was,
All right.
two-way calling.
88,
three-way, all that
89.
bullshit. Yeah. So now, there was a supervisor, right? It's my fault though, because I got lazy, because I got my desk instead of me making my phone call in the the break room, I make my phone call on my desk. And he didn't like me. He was a gay guy. He didn't like me.
Well, that may not be the reason he didn't like you.
No, but that's
he just happened to be gay.
But
Let's go. We want to keep everything.
Yeah. But
Yeah. Okay.
The other people in his little section, they would come to me for help because I was good at that. So I get on my phone to call my PO. So I call my PO.
Oh, and you left the number.
No, he's
He
wiretapping me. Yeah. So,
wiretapping.
Yeah, he's on my shit. He listened to my call. So I'm talking about PO. So the next, what happened?
No, I wasn't.
So the next day, I'm sitting there doing my work. I see these four-armed. I was working in 375 Pearl Street. I see these four-armed security guards coming. I was like, oh wow. I wonder who did something wrong. I'm looking around. I'm being nosy like everybody else.
You didn't know they was coming for you?
You could stop it there so if the people could get the book and find out what happened in that particular episode of the book.
I'm interested though right now. This is taking me someplace.
Well, you gotta read the book, Flex. You didn't read the book.
No, I didn't get to that section. I got to the fever. I got to the basketball, the part. Wait, I got a couple
You
more.
would be a good candidate to sell a book to, because now you open.
Yeah, no.
Look at you. You open.
No,
you
I want the
hungry.
movie. I'm not lying. Wait, take me to
I'm gonna give him this part.
Wait.
Look at him.
Look
at him.
Take you about the
He about to
spot.
sweat.
Right? So they take me, right? They take me in the room with four. It's like four white ladies.
Now you
sitting
know
there.
back then a telephone job was like that was hard to come by.
Yeah,
like that was
getting
important back
45.
then. That wasn't light
At
work.
that time I was gonna make like 45, 50,000 a year. It's good money. So now I go in the office. It's like four white ladies in there.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like they try to get me to tell
On who?
on who passed off to get me in the phone company, because the lady did do it.
Oh,
So she
You
passed
knew
away
her.
now. Yeah, it's my peoples. So she was like, they was like, how did you get in here? I said, listen, I filled out the forms. So they was telling me, we don't like liars. They was killing me. That was the worst day of my, one of the saddest days of my life. So they told me, you checked, you never been convicted. I
You
said,
said
if I told you I was convicted, you wouldn't have hired me. I know you wouldn't have hired me. They was like, well, we don't like liars in the company, boom, boom, boom. So my supervisor came in there and she said, look, can we do something for him? Because he's excellent working. Everybody like him and stuff like that. They said, well, we don't like liars, so no. We want you to resign, which I'm not resigning. You got to fire me. So they ended up firing me. And I was in the Cherokee Limited at the time. I was driving uptown on the highway.
What color?
Right. That's when they had came out 87, 88. But I felt so crushed.
Why did
Because
it
I
bother you so
came
much?
home. Because I came home trying to do the right thing. So I vowed I'll never do the right thing again. So, because I felt like driving off the bridge. That's how sad I was. When I got home, my mother was crying.
Because she felt this is your opportunity, it's your time.
The PO called, got on the phone. I said, listen.
Now you gotta get another job.
I said, we ain't got,
breathing on you.
because it was a lady. She said, you gotta get another job. I said, listen, we ain't gonna make this a long one. I'm not working no more. I tried the game. It ain't work for me. If you want to violate me, go ahead. I'm not working. She said, well, now you gotta come in every week if you got that attitude. I said, all right, bye. Hung up.
You went in every week?
Yeah, I had to. I told my mother, don't start. Because she was crying. She said, I don't want you to go back to this. Listen, I tried it your way. I'm through with it. So in the meantime, my crew was like,
Would your life have been different if you would have kept that job? Would you stay? Would your life been different?
How can I predict that?
Well, what did you feel like? I mean, to go and get the job and
Anything
to really
could happen. I
sound like
did
you
it
were
later on. I
really
don't
trying
know.
to make it happen.
I was trying to make it happen, but when my team, when I came home, they wanted to find out what I was doing. I was stalling them. So now I said, okay.
You trying to get something else off the ground?
I said we're gonna sell coke. That's what we're gonna do.
Now this is different from what you would do. So that isn't what you went in for. This was
No, that was on Robbie.
so then now, so Coke. So you're not even getting involved in the crack era.
Nah, I was selling coke and dope.
Always, never crack.
Never crack.
Okay, so now you get into the coke and you don't have to give up too many names and so
Squeal.
We don't talk.
We don't.
This is all me.
Stop,
All
Flex,
my answer questions is on me.
Stop, Flex. Please stop.
This is only on me.
We're gonna have to take you outside, Flex.
Hey, Flex, no cooperatives.
you don't cooperate.
Flex, Flex, I'm life.
Okay.
Okay, so give me the like. All right, so now it's you and your team, the prior. So now you're hustling. This is '88,
Yeah.
right? So now there has to be a point where you're like, all right, I'm gonna go into this. I'm gonna go further into this. Like, where's your mind going now? You lost a job. You're here. When do you say I'm gonna make the operation even bigger?
When I seen the money come in like that, you know, a lot of people think that luck don't play a part of this. It's a lot. You got to meet somebody, like I met him, and we started doing crazy numbers together. But you got to meet people. It got to be. You can't. Some people walk outside and find. All right, let me give you a scenario. One time we was sitting on. Me and my man was sitting on a car, abandoned car, right? We was broke as hell. Talk about.
Give me a year. Give me a year.
Nah,
we
we was
at?
like, damn, we got to rob somebody. This is back in the day. We got to rob somebody.
First case, before prior.
Yeah. So we don't know that inside this abandoned car, there's $35,000 and coke, 2 keys of coke, and I don't know who left it there, and some shotguns.
How'd you find it?
Police found it the next day. We sat there all night, ain't find it. We drinking 40s and stuff, you know.
You'd have been on from that point.
Been on then, you know. So we leave.
This is
The next day. So
Bronx, the Bronx.
Yeah, it's in the Bronx, right on Simpson. So now I'm trying to tell you, you gotta have luck in this. You could walk outside. Some people may walk out and find $1 million.
Mm-hmm.
Some people might walk past it. So everything, comes to you in a blessing. You know, when you meet good brothers, when you meet good brothers that ain't gonna tell on you. Nobody in my crew never told on me. The people that told on me, it's outside my crew.
The telling got bad. It got bad. Well, look, I don't know the percentage of cooperating and telling, but I mean, from reading, Don Diva, and from reading,
and the people that's telling, right? They didn't give a damn about their families. They didn't care that their family could get killed.
I remember you talked to me
family
about that.
growing up. I thought about mine. You could never come at me. They kept coming, man, get out of here, beat it, because one day, the first time I got arrested, they brought me in front of ATF, homicide, Agent Cologne. She was like one of the top agents out there. A whole bunch of cars, and I was like, "What the hell? What am I doing here?" He said, "Well, your lawyers brought you here because we're trying to see if you want to work a deal with us." When that lawyer came in there, I told him, "Yo, you fired.
You gotta go.
You gotta go. I don't want nothing to do with you." And he took $25,000 from me for one visit. So he robbed me. I didn't even give my money back. You know what I'm saying? And
But you remember that I could see.
yeah, because I
And
get
he
heated.
knows-
I get mad.
he knows now
The
that
fact
he didn't get that
even
money
tried
back.
me like that. I
Yo,
get
you didn't
mad.
get that money back, bro.
Sometimes when I talk about the snitching game, I get upset because of what I went through. How the homicide detectives kept coming to me, fucking with me when I was in jail, trying to see me. The second time.
Second time.
And my counselor called me in the office. He said, "Yo, you got these homicide detectives coming to see you. What you want to do?"
What was? I mean, what? I never knew. Like, why was even that even?
Because they wanted
circulating
me,
around
they wanted me to tell on bodies. They say I had something to do with it, or whatever. But anyway, make it long story short, my counselor said, "Yo, you want to see these guys?" I said, "Who are they?" They said, "Homicide." I said, "Hell no." He said, "So you ain't trying to cooperate with nobody?" I said, "Hell no." He said, "You know what he told me? From this day on, whatever you need done, a phone call, anything you need from me, come let me know."
Mm-hmm.
He said, "Because I hate snitches." And I felt so good. I
Now, who
smiled.
said that to you?
My counselor.
Okay.
This was in Elmwood.
Mm-hmm.
So after that, I still have problems with it. They still come messing with me. 9 years later, people telling on me. They called me
still-
down to somebody else's case.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I'm in the hole with Kevin Childs. We in the hole. He'll tell you about it.
So you and him are together.
Yeah, and the hole.
Okay.
And the shoe. You know what the shoe is?
No, explain that.
When
to
you
me.
locked confinement, solitary confinement, when you locked down.
Okay.
So we on the rec deck, and I'm like trying to figure out, what am I down here for? I'm scared to death. I ain't gonna lie. So
Keep it
these
in
niggas
mind.
trying to get me again. It's like, we trying to figure it out.
This is after you're already doing
I
some.
did 9 years.
And so now something else is happening with people trying to rope you
My
in.
man
so
was
that's-
at trial. I don't want to say his name, but he was done trial.
Okay.
They tried to get me to either cooperate or on the case, put me on the case. So
Wait.
I figured, this is a good story. You gotta listen to
All
this,
right,
how
okay.
dirty this game is. So you know what I did? And Kevin will vouch for me. I wrote a letter to the prosecutor. I don't know why I'm down here. If you try to bring me to testify against homie, I'm gonna flip the script and testify for him. So you gotta let the judge know right now that I'm a potential witness for the accused.
Be clear.
So 2 weeks later, I'm still wondering what the hell's going on. I'm in the Shue, because I'm in the Shue. I'm not even supposed to be in the Shue. I'm doing my time. I didn't have no violation. I didn't do nothing wrong. They called me, Shue,
How long-
go to court.
How long were you there?
Like 4 weeks. So I go to court. So I come in the courtroom, you know, there's just the judge. Judge says, I'll bring him to up. They said, swear him in. They said, you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth? I said, oh, what y'all doing? I didn't know what the hell's going on. What you got me here for, right? So they said, oh, the lawyers, they talk to you? They said, nah. I said, nah. So what they did, right? He said, I'm gonna give you 15 minutes to talk to the lawyers in my chambers. So the lawyers for my people, my homies and all them, they was in there. They said, how can you help the case? Oh no, because the judge asked me, did you write this letter? And I said, because the letter I wrote to the prosecutor, he had to get to the judge. So he said, okay, you can talk to the lawyers. So when I get to the lawyers said, how can you help the case, Peter? How can you help it? I said, listen, the midget's lying. My man ain't never killed nobody. I was the one that's a threat. I was the one that's the hot temper one. They used to try to keep me from doing something to people. I'm doing 25 years for that. So the lady lawyer, she came over there. She said, I want to shake your hand. I said, why? She said, this is the most courageous thing I ever seen in my life. A man doing 25 years coming down there to help somebody else. I said, oh, ma'am, I am no superhero. I'm coming down here to help myself because I'm thinking, if I help them, if they get convicted, they won't tell on me. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't gonna lie. Don't call me no superhero.
Let's just keep this pushing.
Let's keep this right. So then when we go back in there, they dressed, or everybody's in the courtroom now. I come in there, my man lifts his head up, he sees me, he's like, because I know what he's thinking. Oh shit, Shue's telling on me too. So
What the fuck?
they pull me up to the stand again. And the judge said, told his lawyer, are you gonna use this man for testimony? And he whispered in my man's head. And that feeling I got, when he raised his head and the smile he had on his face, till the day bring tears in my eyes. Because I tried to save somebody's life. And
What did he end up doing?
Oh, he had life. I'm gonna tell you what happened. But he got it down to 30 nights. He'd be home in 2019. But anyway, because they convicted him, they didn't convict him of the bodies. Because of me, well, let me get to that point. But when I testify, I said that everybody's lying. I said they're always lying about him and stuff like that. So when I walked by his mom's, you know, at the end when I left the courtroom, she's like, you the only funny guy. And I said, you got that right, Mom. I winked at her. And I left the courtroom. And to this day, I never saw him. He's coming home soon. He reached out to me.
How long did he
And
do?
he was crying when he
How long
reached
did
out to me.
How long did he
He's
end
been
up
in
doing?
since 2001. So now, before that though, I like getting even. So I was never supposed to be in the hole that long. So the AW and the prosecutor, two ladies, was lesbians. They was having a lesbian affair. So somebody dropped the Jew on me. Somebody dropped the Jew on me. So when I'm in the courtroom, I said, Your Honor, can you clear the courtroom for a minute? Because I got to get my rec. So he clears the courtroom. I tell him, listen, I've been in the hole for 4 weeks. I never did nothing wrong. I had 25 years, all I'm doing is my time. So he asked the prosecutor, he said, Miss, why did you call him down here? Oh, we was thinking about putting him on the case. He said, well, you never put him on the case. So why is he still here? She said, well, we was going to see if he wanted to cooperate. You never went to see him. So he said, so the judge is like getting pissed off. He said, why is he still here? So she said, she looked her head down. So I told her what was going on. I said, well, Your Honor, this was going on. They having an affair, so they worked out a deal while me and all the Beetlejuices is in the hole and the snitches is on the compound. So the shit like one of them soap operas. Dun, 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 dun. So now the judge, he calls the marshals in. He said, it's 10 o'clock now. I'll be finished at like 4. If this man ain't out the Shue, when I make the call down to NDC Brooklyn, I'm gonna show you, he pointed at the marshals, you, he pointed at the prosecutor, and I'm gonna show that your lady friend in MDC Brooklyn what the Shue looked like. Cause he's talking about locking them up. You know what I'm saying? So
What year is this? This is
2000, 2001, 2000 probably. They shot me out, by the way, got me out of there. But I went through hell through all of this stuff, you know, and they kept trying me, and
in the book you talk about there's a lady outside of Madonna, because I want to get to before Madonna. There's a lady that you talk about that either works for, that was with the mob, that's next to Madonna, correct? That you feel she's the one who kind of,
she's the one that Madonna put to get me.
Now
She was working for
Madonna
for the feds too.
Now, because I read your wording. Now, was it that Madonna was in a relationship with you and she wanted your past to be checked out since you're in a relationship?
No.
That's the way I got it from reading the book.
She really, well, I mean, hold up. Let's backtrack, because she might have did that in the beginning. I don't know. But when she seen she couldn't have me the way she wants to, she put the lady on me.
Now, when you say the lady on you, is it to check you out?
No,
is it to get you in trouble?
To set me up. The lady was like 60-something years old at the time. I never thought she'd be an informant for the government.
Now, but does Madonna know? First of all, we're talking about Madonna, so I want to go back to you met Madonna and she asked you to come over in a nightclub, correct? You were at a club. What club was that, if you remember?
Chaz and Wilson's.
Which one?
Chaz and Wilson, 79th Street.
Dirty in there.
You don't remember that?
Wow. That was. I tell you the night. It was Sunday night, right?
Yeah, Sunday night.
Sunday night, and it was usually if there was an R&B artist in town, like especially from out of town, they'd be in there, or they'd be like it wasn't a hip hop spot. It was a cool out spot.
Yeah.
So she's in there and you're in there.
Mm-hmm.
She wants you to come to her table.
Yeah.
So you meet her. Are you amazed by meeting Madonna?
No, I didn't meet her first. When she told me to come to the table, I sent a word back to her telling her that I like my woman black, like my coffee, playing around. So when she heard that, she came over herself and got me. And she's like, yo, that's a real racist statement. I was just playing. And then I went back to the table. We started talking then.
So now give me a year for this. This is what year are we in when this is happening? 80 what?
93, 94.
It was 93, 94? Mm-hmm. Okay. So
and
then
93.
Okay, so how old is she at the time? How old are you at the time?
Oh, come on.
Because she's older than you. You don't give
same age.
Same age?
Yeah, the same age.
Get on.
She's older by months, but we the same age.
Okay, so then now, I know it just doesn't start with a relationship. So what do? You start hanging out, like, but you're still doing what you're doing.
Happened that night? She went to she left me that night because she was going home. Gave me a kiss on my cheek and she broke out.
Where's home for her? Manhattan?
Yeah, she was living on 64th Street then, Central Park West.
Okay.
So I go back to the party. I was at a party for my man Chaz. Big shout out to my
Queens.
man Chaz. Yeah. So I was at his birthday party. We out there chilling, but then always somebody messes it up. Somebody pulls a gun out and starts shooting in the air. So the girl I was trying to take home, I ain't gonna say her name, but everybody was shut out the club. So when they shut out the club, Crane Club, we outside arguing. I said, man, yo, go home, man. Or you're drunk and you're talking about the wrong things because it was getting ready to get big because over stupid stuff. So they left, and my beeper go off. At the time we had the beepers. Remember the beepers? So my beeper go off. So my beeper go off.
That's how you niggas get money.
And I said,
dude, that beeper was key.
And I said,
if it's really going off.
And I said, listen. I I see the number
Motorola.
212. So when I call her, I said, who this? She said, Madonna. I said, oh. I said, what you doing? She said, what you doing? I said, nothing now. She said, why don't you come by? I went by her crib. She had the loft. You go up in the elevator. The door open.
You're by yourself.
Yeah, by myself. I left my crew. They all acting crazy, all drunk. So I go into the crib. She comes to the door with a negligee on, see-through negligee.
You know this was a big deal in the hood. You know that though. You know
the
that.
rest, yeah.
You know when the talk was going on.
The Madonna, yeah.
You know the talk, how it was going down.
I used to bring it to the games. You know, I had the teams in the Rutgers. I bring it to the games. Took a couple of bars, tried to do a video. Actually, I was supposed to do the video, The Secret. Remember I told you about that?
Uh-huh.
And I never did the video. If you watch the video, The Secret, you see an Oriental dude taking my place because my girl found out about it. And
so you have a girlfriend while this is all happening?
Yeah, my girl was going crazy over it. So I take my girl away, try to patch things up. I said, she's like, you slept with her? I said, no, I didn't, which I did. I said I didn't, but I take her all the way. I take her to St. Martin's in Aruba, and then
wait, don't just skip over that. Don't just skip over that. Don't just skip over that. But this is you understand New York. This is what year again? 93. Aruba in New York ain't like them little packages that you get now that's like $200 and a buck.
No,
this is a time where you don't even know a nigga that goes to Aruba. I just want to give you, this is 20 years ago, I want to just give you, I want to paint a picture because I know what was going on in that time.
A lot of things we did,
okay.
Right? Our crew never bragged about it.
No, not at all.
Talk about they on these private jet planes. We was taking private jet planes in the early '80s. They talking about.
You were quieter with it though. You weren't.
We don't.
You weren't.
We be in Vegas 1 minute, mad South Beach the next.
It wasn't flashy.
But we don't be on that, letting people know what we doing.
So this Madonna talk, I wanna.
Yeah.
You go to the spot.
Yeah.
Right. I've seen Madonna do a lot of freaky things in them videos. I seen her grind on that floor. I seen a lot of things, bro.
Yeah.
And I seen you talk about this in a couple places, but I never see the conversations that I want to see.
What you want to know?
How was that going down? Because I just want to get a vibe. I need you to paint a picture, bro.
Man,
you the apartment. You already gave me the apartment. You gave me the upstairs loft. You gave me everything.
Flex, read the book.
I know. Man, but I need
the book. Famagotcha.com. Get the book.
But
Amazon. Get the book.
No, but he
the reason I'm gonna tell you.
But I need the facial expression. I need to know what happened.
The reason I'm gonna tell you read the book on that, because first of all, I don't want to really disclose her personal stuff. But she was clean. But it ain't. She smelled her breast was fake.
Oh no. Flex her
but
panties.
You okay with that?
Her legs is nice. She got nice legs. So she tracks. She works out, and
What's going through your mind,
Gucci
bro?
normal. Is that compared?
No,
she wasn't in my top 10 though.
Listen, I get it, but you gotta listen. Madonna at that time, look, that's 80s. She was definitely the bar. The 90s, she's just a bad adult bitch, like popping. Like that. Like I don't know anyone who saw Madonna. Like I don't know. Like
but she was just like everybody would tell you. I treated her like she was just an average broad.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
Because I've been.
Was y'all doing dinner? Was y'all going out? Like, give me the whole.
I was flying back and forth to South Beach to hang out with her.
So she lived down in South Beach.
Yeah, she wanted me. Well, she at 64th Street too. But if she's in South Beach, she said, "Come meet me there." If she go to Paris, she'll send me tickets. Go meet me there. She'll take her panties off in the airplane, give it to PR people to bring them over to me to smell them.
That's nice.
I mean.
No, but wait, but Peter, look. I know you're a hustler. We're gonna have a different type of talk for a second. I know you're a hustler. I know you made money in the street, and I know your weight that you hold out there. Did you love her? Keep it a buck with me, because I want to know. Nah, because I'm feeling if you hanging out and you flying around, we gotta keep it a buck, my brother.
Listen.
Like did something happen? You ain't doing this with every woman.
Tell me you ain't let me ask it.
All right, yeah, but I'm giving you the tone. That's why I set the question up like that, because I want a good answer. Look. Yo, they behind you like, oh!
Look.
They behind you like, whoa, what's up? Yo, I want to let you know what he just did. He went like this. Yeah, I'm just telling you camera. He just so look. Yo, his camera's out.
Listen, the whole question is,
Yeah, I really want to know.
are you gonna believe me if I tell you?
Yes, I'm a believer. The setup though made me. I mean, there was definitely some traveling, some going on. So
You have to know me. If you would have to know me back in them days, and who was with me every day back in the day? Oh, they not here right now. That was with me every day. Oh, Wayne. Matter of fact, Wayne was still with me. Wayne, I'm gonna ask Wayne that question.
Wayne, was he in love?
You see me with how many girls in that time?
No love.
Answer.
He liked her a lot.
Man, listen, I had girls like I changed my shoes.
For 2 months straight.
He was one of my he was personally driving me around when I was tired.
You liked her a lot? There had to be some connection, Peter.
No.
There had to be
Now
something.
listen to us. You didn't read the book. We was trying to wash our money.
Okay.
That's why I was with her like that.
Okay.
My team.
So there's a bigger business involved, and we just happen to be
My
fucking.
team taught me into, because like I said, let me clarify this too. When it comes to my team, just like in here, we all bosses. We're not workers. We work together. So my team said, Peter, that's the way we could get our money clean. Through her. So I had to sacrifice for the cause. Now, at trial,
But she just happened to be a bad chick that just you stumbled on along the way.
she came on to me. I just seen the bigger picture, but she saw the bigger picture of getting me locked up, I guess, and she won.
Wait. I don't think that was always her intention.
It's like chess, I lost.
No.
Checkmate.
I don't think that was always her intention.
How
Do
do
you
know,
think-
Flex? Did you talk to her?
No, but
You gotta get her. You gotta get her on this
I'm
show.
not
right now to
cooperating.
find out.
I didn't cooperate.
Oh, you gotta get on the show to see if that was her intention.
Well, here, you're a good judge of character. Did you feel that in the beginning that's what's going on?
Well, she told me she was telling me she wanted to have a baby by me because she liked my
And
eyes.
that sounds like something different then.
Okay. But that's
Yeah,
the
I'm
con
wait,
game.
you gotta-
How many
hold
girls
up.
tell you? How many girls tell you they want something?
Now I'm
but they
gonna
wanna
ask you
get
a
your
question.
money?
When she was saying, wait a minute.
What?
When she's saying she wants to have your baby and like your eyes, Peter, what are you saying in the next sentence after that?
In my mind?
No, to her.
No.
Because you know what I'm saying.
What I told her?
You know if that
Oh,
conversation.
what I told her? I told her, no problem. But in my mind, I'm out of here.
Okay.
So, I mean, that's
Now you're bouncing.
I'm bouncing. You know, because I didn't want to have my
You were
baby.
enjoying the experience.
I wasn't
though.
into snow bunnies at that time.
All right.
So I wasn't trying to let her have my baby. But my thing is this, right?
You said at the time.
Listen, at court,
We'll do some women talk.
Because when I
Yo,
went to
listen, so
jail-
just you know, bro,
No, I'm
you're
talking
not
about
walking
snow
out there.
bunnies.
Your man already gave you up.
I said
Different.
snow
We're
bunnies.
having girl
I said
talk
snow bunnies.
at some point in this conversation.
Bunnies
Okay.
At the time.
Okay.
I didn't want to make my wife at the time I had my baby.
Oh, you
I
were
now
married?
wouldn't care now.
Were you married at the time? You were
You know what
married?
snow bunnies is?
Yeah, no, white girls.
Okay. I didn't want a snow bunny for my wife at the time.
Oh, so you weren't married at the
Wife.
time. You
No,
had
to
had
make my
girlfriend.
wife. But now, that's all changed. I wouldn't care.
Okay.
Whatever happens. But Murray Richmond, your lawyer,
Yeah, look.
at trial told me that I had to testify and say I loved her. We was in love. Make it seem like it was a love triangle that
He
went
told
silent.
us just in case we go to the paperwork. Right?
I'll tell you,
It's in the book.
it's in the book. It's in the book.
Okay, to the
But
book. I
Murray-
respect that.
Murray made me testify.
Which
Murray
makes
made me
sense,
testify
which
that I
makes
loved
sense.
her. And that, to make it seem like
It was a relationship.
was having a relationship and it got ugly and she told him, a woman scorned and told me. But but the truth is, say it again, Wayne.
You didn't love him. But okay, so you feel that Madonna put this 65-year-old woman on you. She was.
Irene Brookman.
Arlene Brickman.
Where is she now?
I hope she's dead.
Oh, he keeps it above.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I won't shed no tears if she dead. If she dead, I wouldn't cry. You know?
So, okay, so when you say washing money, Did you and Madonna have a conversation that we're going to? So you're saying she knew what you did? She knew what? Well, she didn't know exactly. She just knew money was coming.
Yeah, I
in.
was trying to get my money washed to her, and yes, I did talk to her about it, and yes,
She knew what you were doing.
she'd think about it. Yes,
But
So
then
we went through all that.
she knew how you were making money, or she just knew
Yeah,
you were
I told her-
making money.
I told her it was a drug dealer. I didn't tell her particulars like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm selling a gram here and a gram there.
But she knew what she was. She didn't know what. She
knew I
just
was
knew you're making money from
I was
street.
hustling.
Okay, so then, in her then now saying that she's gonna help or put it together or whatever, like, and how would she, like, what could she do? Because I know as an entertainer, like, how could she help? I don't know, how could she help you do that?
By taking my money,
Uh-huh.
giving me money, replacing it with my money, but giving me her money out the bank. She could put it back in the bank. She could put it
No
up
one's
where-
gonna look.
and I don't care where she put it at, but then the money clean for me.
But what?
If she
So
gives
why
me
isn't
money,
it? Why
if she
isn't
gives
it
money-
clean if you have them? It could be marked, or it could be like what when you say, give me the whole
She gives me a check for $10 million
check. You want
and,
to deposit in the
and
bank?
puts it into my account.
Yes.
That came from Madonna. I just got to pay the taxes on it. I give her $10 million in her pocket. She didn't lose no money.
Mm-mm. Got it.
I get what I want. She get what she wants.
And it doesn't look weird her putting that money in the bank because she's already an entertainer that's making a ton of money.
But we talked about all kind of business ventures, but the whole thing, she just wanted me to spend a lot of time with. So she
And you were doing that.
semi because I didn't go on the trips with her because I had too much stuff to do, over here. You know what I'm saying?
This is the
So-
question of the day. I got another. You just made me.
What?
Was there any cuddling?
Cuddling when?
you and Madonna I'm just at any cuddling. You know what I mean? Was there any? I'm asking, man. Listen, you think
Read the book.
Fred,
the book?
read the
I know,
book.
damn, man.
Book, Fred. Flesh.
No, damn well we was having sex. What are you talking about, cuddling? That's why I couldn't get it. I said, what? Yo, am I here wrong? Yeah, chapter 3. Give it a chapter.
No, so there was
It's in detail in the book.
detail. Okay.
My cousins.
All right, so you have the conversation. She says, "Yeah," or think about it.
Yeah.
Where does it get funny?
Oh,
Because-
I started talking to her after I started banging it because now she loved me and I could get her to do things.
Mm-hmm.
So one night we was out in South Beach and we had a SL, 500 SL, and we had the Range Rover, and she tried to tell me, a boss, because I told her I'm staying out. She tried to tell me that she's taking the SL. She go home and we go home and keep the Range Rover.
Don't skip over the SL. Let me
And I told her-
interject.
I told her no, we taking the SL.
That SL. Listen, New York.
Yeah.
I know you see a lot of them big Benzes now. It was rare back then. You saw
Yeah, we had them.
that you saw them.
I had a 500 SL. I'm driving through the Bronx, cause listen. Let me. You know my man Big D. Shout out to Big D.
Absolutely.
Big D had every car in the world. When the cars came out, D had them all. D had cars, right, that he couldn't even fit into. I thought he's like 6'5", 6'6", and 280 or better.
Queens, right?
Yeah, that's my man. That's one of my peoples. My man said, he was in NSX one day. My man said, because he's like art.
Expensive
That's like
car
trying to
back
get big
then.
art in the NSX.
SX. Let's go.
My man said, Peter, how the hell did Big D get out that car? And you know what I told him? I said, you should have been asking me how the hell did he get in the car? Hey, yo, but that's how big, but he had every car out. You name the car, he had him. But that was his thing. He got me to buy cars because I was a truckman, Jeeps. I'm cool and I'm smooth. They drive like Fast and the Furious. See, a lot of my people could have been on these TV shows. They drive like the Fast and the Furious. I shit you not. They could go underneath them trucks and everything the way they drive. They like that.
Was Madonna trying to send you home that day and tell you couldn't hang out?
No, I told her I was hanging out.
And she didn't want that.
Listen, the long story, this was a real truth.
SL.
No, this gonna answer that lover question. This gonna have the lover question for you. There was the baddest Chinese girl I ever seen in my life at the dinner table with her. She brought them over to the dinner table when we was eating dinner. It was me and my man Mark, and Mark would verify this story. I told Mark, find out where them girls is going after, because that's where I wanted to go. She was the baddest Chinese girl I ever seen in my life, right?
With Madonna.
They was sweating Madonna, so they came to the table.
Gotcha.
So when we leave, I think Madonna must have seen what was going on. So Madonna said, well, let's go home. I said, well, I'm staying out. Me and Mark got to take care of some business. So she said, well, you know, we in South Beach. She said, well, you take the range, I'm going to take the SL. No. You take the range, we taking the SL. So she leaves, she pops and she leaves because, you know, she's spoiled. She wants things her way. And that's how she treats
Understandably, it is
that's how she
Madonna.
treats her people. But I'm Peter Shue.
You know, no, but you know what I mean. Like she's
So,
like she's
I didn't need
out
her
there.
I didn't need her money at the time. So now I need it now. Hey, so yo, look, I'm gonna keep it real.
Keep it real,
Hey,
yeah.
Madonna, can I get some? No, I'm just playing. But anyway, so we go to the club that we supposed to meet the Chinese girl at. She not there.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, damn, she ain't here. So I'll go back home. So when I go back home, Mark jokes in the pool. He's chilling in the pool. I go upstairs. So she wakes up. She says,
Madonna.
She said, what's up? I said, what's up? He said, you didn't get to get with the Chinese girl, huh? So I was like,
How'd
what
you
you
figure
talk-
that out?
What you talking about?
Cooperate.
She said, because I told the Chinese girl to go to another club.
Respect that. You respect that
So
move.
she set me up. So I let, you know, and then she got on top of me and, you know.
Got popping.
She said, and you know what she told me? You know what Madonna told me?
Mhm.
Next time you want something, ask me and maybe I'll let you have it. That's what she told me. I
Listen,
respected
we're
that.
not mad at that.
Hey, man. You know, but I was kind of mad I blew that Chinese girl. If you had seen this Chinese girl, she was a 10 plus piece, you know?
So now Madonna's feeling that you two are in a relationship. Does she know about your girl?
Yeah, she knew.
But so she's feeling like it's you and her.
She got, I don't know how much money she had at the time. She don't give a damn about another girl. She gonna try to sway me towards her.
So the lady, the lady who
My girl?
No, the lady who's cooperating, getting you into this situation, right? Is that who Madonna? What's her name? You said her name.
Arlene Brickman.
Arlene.
Brickman. Read the book. Read the book.
Arlene Brickman. So for Arlene, does Madonna say it can happen and then put you with her to make it happen? Like, how does Arlene even come into the picture with you?
Oh, I walk into the kitchen, right?
South Beach.
Yeah, in Madonna's house.
Okay.
I walk into the kitchen. The lady's crying. So I
Not
said,
Madonna, but the
Arlene.
Arlene.
So I said, what's wrong? I said, what's wrong? She's
You know
like,
her prior to this then? You've met
No,
her
she
before.
introduced me to her.
Oh, right there.
I didn't know her like that.
This is the first day you're meeting her?
Nah, second day. She's crying. She got a party at the house. I think it was Kiss. One of them rock groups is at the house. Oh, I'm gonna tell you some funny stuff about that too. But I'm at
You
the
just
house.
said Kiss.
I think
you
it was
just
Kiss.
sit there at the house.
Yeah, but listen, I'm not.
I just want to make sure
We ain't care about other people. We didn't care about we celebrities in our mind. We didn't care about nobody else.
See, but just that we understand the time period that we're talking about.
I used to be a Chaz and Whistle with Robert De Niro, Woody Harrison, Wesley Snipes, all them celebrities. Me and Oakley, me and Oakley's cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's my man. Mike Tyson, all the celebrities. We treat each other like human beings.
Well, that period of time, and we're going to go back to Madonna and Arlene crying. That period of time was a time when the music industry and the rappers looked up to the real hustlers and got a lot of their persona from
Of course
them.
they did. Look at the movies. Look at Above the Rim.
Mm.
That's us in the park on them beach chairs. That's us with the phones in the ear. That's that Tupac. They got that from us, right? Lean on Me, the movie. When they said taking no prisoners with the when they was taking the test, the big test, taking no prisoners. That was my name of my dope. Taking no prisoners. That was the name of my basketball team in the Ruckers. Taking no prisoners. Where do you think they get all these names from? Hustlers like us.
Correct.
They copy Pure Energy. They copy the Lynch Mob from the Bronx. Love them. Shout out to them. They copy Ice, Boy George and them. They copy all the high bloggers. That was getting Guy Fisher, Underwood. All of them people copied. Something in the style they wore or whatever.
I think with the people who copied it,
And Dapper Dan had a lot to do with it because he made the clothes for us. And when we brought them clothes out,
and then the rappers
shout out to
started
Dapper Dan, then the rappers started making it. So if anybody's supposed to get some recognition, it's Dapper Dan shit because he put us out there.
Gucci
just did a big deal.
They're
And he
doing a
deserved
store
it.
with him, man.
When I came home,
beautiful to see
when I
that,
first
man.
came home, Dapper Dan got in touch with me and made me a suit for my welcome home party. Shout out to Dapper Dan.
Listen. What was those suits back then? $2,500, $3,000. How much?
Depending
was
what
the
you
suit?
get.
What you get, but that was an expensive suit.
My suits, none of my suits cost less than $2,500.
Man, it was.
You know what I'm saying? And my thing is, so we made this happen. Don't get it twisted.
But I think for the rappers, I think that they acknowledge. Well, it's not to. People don't ask them the right questions, but I mean, I think that they know. They do say that. When I used to see Puffy on sometime on interviews, he used to talk a lot about Harlem, and what he's seen growing up. Look, it's obvious that Rakim and Eric B. I mean, that's from the street life because taking nothing,
I love Rakim and I love
not
their
taking
music.
anything away from them. But I think Eric B was from Brooklyn, right? And then Rakim was from Long Island. And they shot that the I Ain't No Joke video. That was on 125th. That was Harlem. I mean, you saw, and it doesn't mean, I'm not saying anything from them not being from there, but,
Look,
they had those suits on the cover.
Eric B is a real dude, and and MC Hammer's a real dude. I want to give a shout out to both of them because I haven't seen MC Hammer since I got home, but they was putting together where we was going to be the East Coast Death Row. A lot of people didn't know that.
Okay.
Chaz, D, and me, we was going to be the East Coast Death Row because that's what shit was trying to do with us. That's how strong we was, and the
Was
whole
there a
thing.
situation at Trafalgar Square with Snoop?
Well, we had an incident with them where they didn't want to. I am not going to go to the whole details.
I bet. Wait.
We're not going to go to the whole details.
You want me not? Okay, shut up.
But they
I'm sorry.
they was trying to.
They was trying to bounce out of there without doing the show.
Without doing the show
with the
but
bread.
We convinced them to do the show.
That's what I heard.
That's all that all that mattered. They had to do the show, and that's how Sugar and us got cool.
That was a big deal in the street. Everybody was like,
because if they didn't do the show, they probably wouldn't have made it. Because we wasn't going for that. But my thing is,
wait, I want to tell you, there was no internet back then. I remember, I don't know if it was Tunnel, because I felt like that wasn't a Sunday night. I felt like it was a Saturday night or something. By the time it got to Tunnel, they were like, "Yo, Sugar and them got back down in the club, trying to walk out of there with all the money."
It's too many. It's too. See, you know what it was? The West Coast thought the East Coast was soft because the main people that was in the music game was kind of soft. They were slapping dudes up and stuff. But
in defense, but that's
but we
what
didn't want to know. But we didn't want to be in the music game at the time.
But they weren't expected to be. They're making music. You know what I mean?
No,
like,
but I'm saying,
you know what I mean?
After
Like,
they had the
those guys
confrontations, Flex. When they had the confrontations, they thought the East Coast was soft
I agree
because
with you. I agree with
they
you.
didn't realize that the real strong dudes wasn't giving about. You know how many people asked me to produce them, manage them, and stuff back in the day, and I said, man, I'm getting too much money on the street.
Keep it pushing.
So ask Steve would he want to manage somebody the money he was getting in the street. And let me tell you something else that I always tell people because people get it confused. People run around saying that Peter Shue was the biggest drug dealer ever. I wasn't. Don't get it twisted. I wasn't. I was getting my money, but there was a lot of dudes out there. First of all, if you ain't getting that, if you ain't getting that dope,
bro.
I was up there. But if you ain't getting that dope money, first of all, the dope money was the most money you could get. So guys like that, and I always thought it was Frank Matthews, but somebody pulled my coat that was close to both of them and told me, Shue, even though I hate to say this because he was a rat, Dickie Barnes was getting the most money ever. That's what they said. But then you had guys out there in that field, Stevie, Boy George, all of them was getting crazy money. So I never count their money. I didn't go to Steve's house and say, "Hey Steve, let me see what you got in the stash." I didn't do that. And he didn't come to my house and say that. But he could have bought anything he
There's
wanted.
no stash anymore.
No.
Steve.
He could bought it. He could have bought everything. He could have bought everything. Listen,
Clean, bro.
at the time,
Yeah.
at the time we was making money, he could
That's
have bought
right. You
anything
feel
he
like
wanted.
what?
You
Yeah,
know?
everything's
He could have
clean.
won any way he wanted back in the day. But we ain't in that no more. But that's why I could talk about it. They had the dope money had the money to go
But you
anyway.
were very quiet when I saw you.
But all of them was quiet. All of them was listen.
But you were definitely not like.
I'm about getting money,
I would
man.
see
wanna
you
get
around.
money.
I would see you around. So, listen, I didn't really have an idea of what you did. If I saw you with usually when I saw you, there was 4 other people around you who did something similar. So that's when
Oh, so you ain't counting the bodyguards around us to make sure we was all right?
No, I'm counting. I'm counting. You said a couple names today, so I'm counting those people that I've seen you with. So I didn't put you in that category. I'll tell you
Tell
something.
them about that funny night.
I'll be honest.
Tell them about the funny night in the tunnel.
Wait. Until you, your case was in the paper.
Mm-hmm.
Is when I really understood what you was really doing out here. I was like,
But
nah.
tell them about that funny time.
Nah.
Tell me how I knew you was green and you didn't know what was going on.
Oh, wait, tunnel. There was an incident.
We had an incident in the tunnel,
No,
right?
somebody tried to.
I was in the tunnel,
move on
right?
you.
No, I'm in the tunnel. You know, now the bath was co-ed. So we in the tunnel. So I get into it with these 3 dudes, right? They trying to talk to the girl I'm talking to. You know.
So you didn't even know him?
They was from Brooklyn. Never knew him. So we get into something, right? So the dude, I said, yo, homie, beat it, man. You know, he don't know who I am. I got my gun in my bag.
Mm-hmm. Well,
I could bring my gun in the joints.
okay.
So I got my gun in my bag.
Oh, all right.
Disclaimers.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Clean night. It was a clean night.
I swung and hit him, but then the other nigga snuck me. So when he snuck me, my bag flew out my hand, so I couldn't get my joint out the bag. So people dancing, they kicked in my bag door. So my bag is flying to the floor, and I'm trying to get to the bag, right? So I got the full-length mink on and everything, you know. Hammer was there, all of them was there that night. So I'm trying to go and get my joint.
Don't skip over the man.
So
Hold
I run over.
What that been called? Back then.
Hey, listen, hold up.
You only saw a handful of those.
Listen, I ran over to him. I ran over to Flex.
Oh, you told me to say something.
The code, we had a code called Raider. That means, come on, it's a problem. So I said, Flex, say, Shue, say Raider. He said, Raider, what's that?
I remember. I was like,
Meanwhile, I'm trying to get these niggas down, the Brooklyn
and
niggas.
Shue, you was in the tunnel sometime on the big nights. You wasn't in there a lot.
So everybody's upstairs in the court bathroom trying to get their swerve on. So I say, yo, Raider, Flex. So he says, Raider. So Scooter, everybody start running. Big D, everybody start running down there to see see what was going on. And I'm like, come on. I said, yo, we gotta get these niggas. The niggas stuck. I said, but first somebody help me get my bag. My bag was all over, you know. So that was funny because
This had to be
Flex didn't know what the hell I was talking about.
This had to be what, 92, 93?
Yeah.
Like 92, 93?
We was in the tunnel.
I want to go back to Arlene because I don't want to leave the people hanging.
Crying in the thing.
The Arlene crying in the kitchen, Madonna's house. This is the second day you met her.
So I go in the kitchen.
And we're trying to figure out how was Madonna involved with your conviction.
I go in the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, because the lady testified to it too
Oh.
in court. Read the book. Yeah.
But that doesn't make, maybe she's snitching or maybe she's,
Nah.
right?
It's in the court transcripts that Madonna asked her whatever. Read the book.
Okay. So, but there's no way that she's lying, Arlene?
No. So anyway, because it's more to it.
It's accurate.
I got 25 years. They believed her. She couldn't have been lying.
All right. So she's working.
Since he spoke,
She's working for the government at the time.
Come here. Let me.
Prior to that too, she was working for the
She's
government.
working for the government at the time.
Let me meet you.
Prior to that too, she had
Before
all
that.
this- Before that.
Arlene.
Let me tell you about Lynn, then I want you to meet Rico.
Okay.
This is what happened. I go into the kitchen.
Uh-huh.
She's crying. I said, "What's wrong?" She said, "I have a problem." I said, "What's your problem?" She said, "I owe money to the mob." So I said, "You owe money to the mob?" I said, "Okay, you got Madonna. What the hell Madonna want
What are
you?"
you talking about?
So she tells me, Madonna don't get involved in drug cases, stuff like that. You know, people dealing with drugs. So I said,
But you thinking it's cool because if she in Madonna's house and she's embracing her.
so she said they're gonna kill my daughter. So when she said that, I said, "How much you owed her?" She said $250,000. So I had $50,000 in the bag. So I told Mark to give me that money, and I gave it to her. I said, "Here."
Arlene.
I said, "Here,
Arlene.
Here's 50."
Now
yeah,
Madonna
I gave her
is
50
she's
to-
not interacting with the conversation.
No,
nothing.
she wasn't in the kitchen. So I gave her the 50,000. I said, "Listen, here, take this and see if you make some money and slow them up." So she's like, "Well, I can help you too." I said, "How can you help me?" And she said, "They be having crazy coke for good prices." And I said, "Well, I'm good. I had a connect already." So she was
This
like,
isn't a trap.
Yeah, it was entrapment, but I still
No?
couldn't prove it. I mean, the courts is stupid. I didn't even want to go with that or about the entrapment law. But anyway, so she said, well, you know, if ever I could do something for you, let me know, because I could get the joints cheap. And they'll bring them to New York from Florida. Now, when I went to jail, I finally realized how much of an asshole I was. Because for me to believe two stupid things I believed, right? First of all, if it was a drought, how the hell could they be giving me them cheap prices?
There was a drought at the moment.
At the drought, because my connect, who said they will never run out, ran out. So my thing is this: I felt like such an asshole to fall for that, because I don't make mistakes like that, and it really killed me in my heart that I fell for that stupid shit. Because how could I be buying joints for that cheap prices if there's a drought? Duh, they would have raised the prices. Duh, you got to be dumb as a brick, Shue. So I ain't the smartest motherfucker in the world. So, you know, I realized that later on.
But you're in an environment.
But I was so
You're in an environment
thirsty.
where it's moving. Like you know.
Well, I
you
had so many people.
You're not thinking she's gonna be in there in Madonna's house.
No, everybody was crying to me about there was a drought. So they could cry, we need something for the black, we need. And I, you know, instead of me saying, all right, y'all gotta wait, I was trying to hustle and get something for them to hold them down until we get something. And that was my first mistake. So I made two mistakes. You know what I'm saying?
So did she get it for you?
No, it was a setup.
So even if
Lex,
she
read
doesn't
the
get
book.
it for
Lex,
you,
read the
even if
book.
she didn't, wait a minute. So she doesn't get it for you, you don't get it, and you can still go for that?
Yeah, it's entrapment, like you said, but I couldn't prove it. I got 2 hung juries, but I couldn't prove the juries is.
So wait.
His
time
name
out.
wasn't John Dorian.
Duravian the only one beat that entrapment case, and he had actual drugs in his case, and he was a white man.
Wait a minute. Just her
With a lot of
saying.
money.
Wait. So your conversation with Arlene was like, okay, set it up, or whenever at a good time, let me know. Or did you go to make
no.
No, I think in the book you said you went. So
No, I was never dealing with her. She, you know, I ain't deal with her to the drought when she asked me if I
listen,
wanted
you
to
were
do something.
you said something in the book where you went to
That's when I got busted.
That was the
in
time
Long
after
Island.
he met her, though.
Long Island.
Yeah.
So you going to pick up the
That's
drugs?
wow. It was never could been no drugs. It's affairs.
You and her never did business.
There's 25 cars full of dudes ready to shoot me. That's what it was.
Wait, so you never did no business with her, never bought nothing from this woman?
Not until the drought. Then I was trying to do something.
So you asked her.
Conspiracy.
You
She
asked-
called me. She said, do you need anything yet? And I said, yeah. Well, I said, what can you do? She said, well, let me test you out. This is another thing, and they don't know about this, how they get you on the sentencing tip.
Mm-hmm.
I said, let me get 2 keys to see how it is. She said, no, you got to buy 5 or better. 5 or better is 10 years or more.
You want to say, bitch, you just told me anything you could do for me. I tell you what you could do for me, and then you can't do it for me.
That's what goes back to what I was telling you earlier when I said.
Now, should that have been a red flag for you that she said
I
5?
didn't know about the laws. I didn't know that you know, none of us know that how many
Because 2
keys
would have
you
been
get.
less time.
We don't know that when we
Moving, when you're
went to the
rolling.
court, unless we went to the law books and studied. So now my thing is this. Goes back to what I was telling you with the snitches. That's why I don't have no sympathy for them. I don't go looking for them. I don't want to see
I see
them
what you're saying.
because they
it's
could
not
go.
like you fell. It's not like we got knocked doing something together. You baited me. You keep baiting me to come into your world.
Listen,
And take
if
me
you
down.
know you can't do that type of time, do less selling. This way, when you get caught, well, fuck you, take me in. I can do 5 years. You know what I'm saying? But if you can't do 5, then fuck you, take me in. I can do 1 year. But you better sell 1 year worth of drugs. See, don't stop catering to these people because you're a civilian.
Now, why did
because
you-
listen, because these dudes knew they was going to be in the game, knew they could get killed or go to jail. They had to know it. I felt it every day. Damn. You know, am I going to live today?
Is this something that was passed down from the Italians and the way they did stuff, like pre-Sammy the Bull? Like, you know what I mean? Like, was this like a, you know, that energy?
Now, this is a question. I'm glad you brought this up. Come here, Rico. I brought one of my Italian friends here.
Okay.
He's
you
a
answer-
stand-up dude. And now you can ask him that question, and he's going to be able to answer that.
I'm gonna ask you. Okay, wait. You need to get a seat. You need to.
I'll stand up.
Okay. All right. So when Shue's talking about being stand up? Is that like, and I know like there's African Americans, they're doing the crack, the coke, the dope, and everything else. But does that come from the Italians? Like, does that come from that, and or is it
Comes
just
from the street.
just a drug game?
It's a street code.
Okay,
Stand up, do your time, accept your responsibility.
okay. Did you have to? Tell me your background. So I have to, hit him hard. Tell me your.
He think he's gonna cut his horse's head and put it in his bag.
Safe.
That's my man.
Tell me.
Flex, we got you, Flex.
Tell me your background.
The background, Italian, Bensonhurst, Sunset Park.
Okay.
Got set up with a lot of snitches, whatever, took a plea.
Now get back to
Got
the,
34 people to take a global plea, so I wound up getting only a 5 to 7.
And
I got
when you
5.
say snitch,
Yes.
now this was people on your team.
No, my team solid,
Okay. People outside of your team.
all over the place. Anybody
year-
get out of jail free card.
What
Just
year?
name 'em.
What year is this?
True 99.
99.
Doing it 99.
So and how much time did you end up doing?
End up doing 5, but
Oh.
I'm only in jail 4 months. I just met Shue. Come in, meet Shue.
Okay.
There's a snitch that you're gonna know, named Chris Paciello, South Beach, Miami. Come
Wait. That's a snitch?
Snitched on me personally.
Wait, Chris.
You need his name again? Put it out
Pacello?
there. Put it out
Pacello.
there.
Oh, there's always something that happens during one of these interviews, man.
Now you know,
Chris
Flex.
Pacello, yeah.
He
the
knows I know
nightclub.
Chris.
I know you know.
He knows I know Chris. He said it to me like that. 'Cause he said to me and looked at me like. I'm gonna tell you something.
You're a civilian.
Wait.
Get it.
But no, I'm a civilian. But see here, I'm gonna tell you something. Because I went down to South Beach, right? I played his clubs all the
Yeah, I
time.
was with you. Listen, I live with Chris. I
Okay.
brought him down to South Beach.
Okay,
He wouldn't
okay.
have the club's or his reputation. I had his back. I was his muscle.
He's hurt, man. I can see he's bothering him. It's like-
Okay?
He's supposed to be here.
Took that dude in. I'm with him for 4 months. Say, shoot, they indict me again. Go back. It's Chris. I was seeing him with the marshals turning up the cameras on $15 million bail with Sofia Vergara sitting up there. And, hi, Rico. Madonna, the same thing when he was fucking her. Jennifer Lopez. I was taking them all home. I was his man. So it goes deeper when now that was a part of my crew. We were together since we're 6.
Now, when you say crew, moving together, getting money together,
No,
just
thank
team.
God.
But he was a civilian then, technically.
No, he was never civilian. Dude was robbing cars since he was 10.
Wait, we don't talk
Radio.
to him. Okay, oh my God.
That's a rat. Don't worry about him.
Ask the question. Don't go back down there.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Oh, man. This guy-
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, the man
You
was
ready?
a snitch, though.
I
So what you want?
know. Listen, you know what? I'm going to tell you something. Yeah, go ahead. I want you to finish the story. So tell
$15
me how.
million bail. They turns the cameras up with the marshals. He's paying the marshals off the whole time. I'm going to help him go to. I'm sneaking in his backyard on $2 million bail, jumping over fences to sit with him to help him get through trial. Because he don't want to take the 10 years that I'm telling him to take. I ain't taking it. And I'm saying, man, celebrity got to this boy's head.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to guide him through
This
it.
is Miami. This is you're both out there in
Right, but then he got arrested. He got brought back to Staten Island, had to go to his mother's house on $15 million bail.
Hold up. I want to back this up
Yeah.
a bit. Okay, so because I need this whole thing.
Exclusive.
Yeah, I need this whole thing. So, but you're born and raised in New York.
Yes, sir.
Okay, what borough?
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn. So
the Parkway
you and you know, Chris, I gotta ask these questions, my brother. I have to because it's coming across my table, and I gotta ask. I got to ask. So, you and Chris, this is 6-year-old. Your kids together in Brooklyn, right? Your friends.
Yeah.
You grew up together, school together.
Yeah.
Okay, and then. Where does it? You're not doing business together, but you're friends. But he knows what you're doing.
He's robbing radios to start off as we're kids.
Be young.
My thing, young.
Give me a year for this.
We were 12. What was that? 82.
Okay. And what's this? This is Maxima. What's
yeah,
happening?
younger than me, too.
This is Cutlass Supremes. All right. I just wanna. I'm just painting a picture.
Yeah.
Okay. So
He
then.
moves to Staten Island. I'm still in Brooklyn,
Okay.
but I'm still taking a bus over there and seeing what's up. Now at
You're
that
hanging
point,
out.
At that point, he's selling drugs.
All right.
He's robbing houses.
Oh.
He's doing his thing.
I'm
I'm doing my
giving
thing
him.
in New York, in Brooklyn.
Okay. Things that young guys do.
Yes.
Okay. So you're doing your things separately.
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 Yes.
All right, but then how does it get to that this can even happen? Is he aware? He's aware of what you're doing and knows, I guess.
Yeah, and I'm aware of what he's doing, but I don't ask.
All right, so then you and
My
Mike. So
business.
then you go out to Miami when he starts the club business.
No,
You,
no.
okay.
I beat a gun case. I'm fighting a gun case. I take a felony.
80s in the 80s.
The 80s, 88, 89. I take a felony.
Okay.
Plead out, first time felon, don't even know what I'm doing. Yeah, I take the felony, no jail time, give it to me. Didn't realize later in life, you're fucked. But anyway.
Oh, you mean
Not
for?
to cut you off though, right?
I gotta get to
But
this.
no. Your questioning, right? Be more towards like you more. See, this is why we having problems because
No.
the civilians is more interested in what these vets.
No, but I want
I'm
the
gonna get to
relationship.
that.
No. This is what I'm learning.
He's going-
Here, I'm gonna tell you something.
Wait,
One
so
time I
you
posted
ready?
Chris Pacelli on my page. I want to tell you something. I posted it.
He's trash.
Well, I want to say something. Well, wait. And there were people in my comments. Keep it a buck. And I think
You ever post me?
no, we
So
haven't.
why you post Chris?
I ain't seen you yet.
Oh,
I ain't
flex,
seen you yet.
flex.
I ain't seen him yet.
Oh,
It's our first meeting.
flex.
Re-meeting. So, and then some people did say that, and I think Chris did call me, and Chris said, man, people are talking shit on your page, you can take it. I said, no, Chris, I'm cool with it, whatever. But I mean, I never asked him,
Right.
I never got in his business.
5K1, I got it. He signed it. Gave everything. I got the paperwork at home. I can bring it in.
No, I
right
believe
there.
you. I believe you, my brother. But so, but
Stand-up dude right
But
here.
but what I'm trying to get, so this is the 80s, 88, 89. Where does it get to that he gets into your paperwork?
Oh, this is the Limelight era.
Limelight.
Limelight,
Okay.
Tunnel,
Peter Gation, and then there was a
Gation.
suite and case and
He was
everything.
locked up with me too.
everything.
So were you working there? Were you there?
No, we were there.
Just there, hanging
Lord
out.
Michael, the other rat. So that's how my
When you
indictment
say
came up.
Michael-
Lord Michael, the rat. Fuck with Wu-Tang. You know him.
Exclusive on flex.
I know what happened today. I know what happened.
Exclusive.
Look, your son is.
So now I moved to Staten Island.
Look at your son. He's like, oh my God.
I'm giving it to you. This is real
Oh,
talk.
man.
I moved to Staten Island, and me and Chris are going out. We're with you a lot in the tunnel. I'm with Chris.
Okay, yeah.
We're all over.
Palladium.
Limelight, Palladium, everywhere.
Remember.
Well, Chris had that lady killed.
Bro.
Oh, yeah.
Wait.
Yeah, the lady who got killed in the house. That was Chris's setup. He called those dudes.
Well, wait. Oh,
Yeah,
Flex.
that was his case, the murder case. He was pushing their buttons. He set the whole robbery up.
wait. Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh,
Your man, Chris.
Your man Chris.
flex. Oh.
He likes this.
Now I know why he made me move in with him.
Wait. But time out.
Yeah.
Is this common knowledge to everybody?
Oh, it's
Is
knowledge.
this is something that people did time on and everything, or you just giving like I
Tommy
need
Reynolds, 34 years. Sitting in that.
to. Okay, got it. Okay,
Yeah.
so
He would never speak on anything that wasn't already.
yeah, that because I was
Right.
getting.
We noticed.
Hey yo, Flex is getting dizzy.
I'm
getting
Mr.
nervous
Brilliant,
over
bro.
here.
You gotta remember.
Got you.
All right, okay.
Pleading the fifth.
All right, so the situation happens.
And it's
How
out
do you,
there.
how do you get involved in this now?
Well, I'm close with Chris. I moved to Toad Hill with like 20 dudes. They kick us out of the house. Me and Chris out of the night. Chris like, yo, come live with me. Now we're friends. We're best
Been
friends.
friends.
Best friends. Boom, move into his place. Word on the street is, yo, this robbery that went down. Chris, whatever. So I just, in one ear
So
out the
somebody
other.
did. So somebody for the robbery that happened. Somebody did pay their time and their dues for it.
Not Chris.
You feel that he should, but he didn't do it.
He organized it. He sat in the car. Everybody there got arrested. Only one good dude stood up. Everybody else snitched. All right, but let's go further.
You're not involved in that at all. This is just
No,
that you
dude-
know.
No. Chris used to try and wake me up every night when we went on house robberies and home
Now,
invasions.
I gotta ask you a question.
Go ahead.
Because we were just talking code. Now, there's information right now that you're giving up.
Fact.
I know, but where's that place in all of this? Because I didn't. Let's just say I read that case. I didn't know he was in the car.
Right. It's in there.
But I mean,
Yeah,
you just told me. Now,
there.
are we giving up information here? How do you
Oh.
label this?
Label. It's in court papers. He had a
Okay.
plea to it. It profit.
Oh, so
5K1.
he got caught and
And snitched.
See,
You got to tell the
Okay,
case.
got it. Okay.
I'll just tell you that, Flex. He's not gonna tell.
No, okay, but I'm
It's
just
called listen, civilian, it's called proffering. He proffered.
okay.
That means
okay.
he has to tell the exact what happened, step by step.
If it's in the Daily News and then he tells you the next day you listen to the Daily News, you still know what's going on.
So this
Okay,
happens
okay.
before I move in with him.
Got you,
Talk
but you
on
don't
the
know
street.
about it. You don't know.
Don't know it's him, but word on the street
It's
that
just him.
he might have had something to do with it.
Got you.
So I sit there and I'm living with him. This dude got me carrying guns and coming home and looking over his shoulder, and I'm saying, man, why is he so
Oh, you don't know
paranoid?
why.
No.
You don't know why.
No.
Got it. But what is the paranoia for?
Well, he was popping pills every night. He was on ecstasy. He
We're
was
giving up
on-
a lot of information.
Yeah, this is what he was doing. He probably still does it now because you can't look in the mirror because he's a snitch. So he turns around and whatever. It's over. Now we go to Miami for a little trip.
Public
And-
knowledge.
They like looking at me when that's happening and being recited.
Yeah. And then he wants to open a club out there. We go out there. I stay with him for
You go
2
over to
months.
Miami.
I live with him for 2 months in Miami.
Got you.
I see what's going
I
on.
came out and did a party with
Yes.
Puff. Were you around that time? It was like
I was with Puff. We had the little incident. I was wearing the medallion. I
You
flipped
had the
it.
problem with
Yeah.
it.
But no, me and Puff cool.
yeah, no,
But I
it was,
flipped the
but
medallion.
it was like something. It was like because of the like
It was
way,
like 50
the way they
of
were
us.
getting into the club and
Right, it was a whole big mission.
Got
It was
you,
a bunch
got
of
you.
nonsense. And me and Puff sat up in the corner up here popping bottles and everything. Then Chris had
Remember the night?
Chris had a major problem with Puff and that pussy. That snitch. Left and Puff was there. Everybody went there to go see Wolf, Anthony Wolf, and all them.
Rest
sat
in
down
peace,
with them.
of
Rest
course.
in peace, Wolf. Yes,
Stand
good
up,
dude.
dude.
We sat there. We were drinking. This is over
You know, he
before.
warned me that the feds was on me.
Wolf.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
he's a
warned
good
me
dude.
and told me the feds was on me. He said, watch yourself, Shue, because they showing you your picture throughout the whole MDC, MCC. You know what I'm saying? This is before I even went to jail. I didn't even know what was going on.
Rest in peace to Wolf,
Rest in
and
peace
rest
to
in peace to Lil Wolf too.
Wolf, too.
Oh, okay. So you're in Miami.
So now he opens up
What's the name of the club again?
first club Risk. He opens
Risk?
up Club Risk, the first one. Then they went to Liquid.
Liquid was it?
Risk.
Oh,
Yeah,
disclaimer, Maria. Listen, it's not the women.
Fat Black Pussycat. I know. I know. Yeah.
I
No.
played that a couple times.
Yeah.
I played that.
Back room.
Yeah. Jessica would bring me.
So who I should nag you about every day in jail who I wanted to meet? What female?
Oh, Sophia Vergara.
So you
He
wanted to
knew
meet?
Sophia,
Yeah.
when he told me that, I was like, Sophia Vergara? I want to meet her.
Yeah. I took all the girls home that Chris
So were
was
you doing
with.
security at the club?
No, I just
Oh.
took. I
You
just.
just his man. I'm helping run this opera. I'm tied
No,
in.
I just went there and said, Chris, I need 20 bottles of Cristal.
Are you making money while you're out there?
Yeah, I was making.
You're doing
I
it.
was doing my thing in New York. What I got arrested for?
Are you making okay? So then now you're out there, Miami. Liquid now is happening. You and him are still tight. Where does it go wrong?
Goes wrong at that point.
This is what year? This is like
they
this is
come
like
out-
2000.
They come out. No,
Right? No,
I-
98.
90, 99, I got pinched right there. So he got pinched right after me. So now he gets pinched. He comes back home. He gets that $15 million bail package to be in his house with the two marshals living with him, cameras and everything. Okay.
You and him are cool though. Still.
I'm jumping over fences. I'm telling you, Flex, $2 million bail. If I get caught, I get violated. My family loses all their houses. I'm doing this because he's my best friend, trying to help him through a cause so he wouldn't snitch. So he wouldn't tell on no other people and hurt anybody else. Because I know the game. And at this point, I got a prosciutto sandwich with mozzarella on it with my cousin in the front seat, and we pull up
To where?
his house in Staten Island where he originally
Chris-
grew up with his
Chris
mother.
Pacello.
And his mother comes down. Now this is how green I am, and I'm about to take time. And she says, I got great news. Chris is not really going to go to jail.
This is how you find out what's going on?
Yeah, so I'm sitting there in the car driving.
Wait.
You should have said, well,
Wait.
who's going to go there?
What the fuck you talk about, Willis?
You should have said, well, who's going? That's all I would ask her. I would say,
Willis,
"Ma,"
what the
I said,
fuck you talking about?
I say-
I would say, Mom, who's going?
I say,
You read through all of that right away?
no. My cousin in the front seat, he's smarter than me with this.
What he said? What he said?
He had his hand on my leg and he squeezed it. And I said, what do you mean? He says he's gonna get some type of 5K1 letter.
What's that? What's that?
I had no idea
What
what
is
was.
it? What
You
is
didn't know. That's when you tell him. You get a 5K1 letter when you cooperate.
So I had no
didn't know
clue.
about
I don't know. You don't know about it because you never gonna
Wait.
do it, so you never gonna know about it.
Did your man know what that was?
Yeah, my leg was squashed. I was like, get off me. What's the matter with you? He's like, get the fuck out of here.
Yo, he couldn't. Yo, you can't reenact this. Like,
No.
Can't make this
U-turn.
shit up, man.
Make a U-turn. Now me,
what's your man telling you? What's he saying?
he's saying, go get out of here and go park somewhere. I pull into the park and he still ain't telling me
explaining to
what's up. And I'm saying, he go, Poots Park, we gotta talk about this. I talk about what? I wanna eat my sandwich. I'm hungry. Shue knows how I used to eat. So I get into the park, I take a bite of the sandwich. She goes, Chris is a snitch. I said, huh? Says 5K1. He's signing a snitch letter. I said,
But his mom
hold
doesn't
on,
know
let
what
me eat
that
the
is
sandwich.
before I kill somebody. Wait,
And that's it. And then the news broke. The news broke
wait,
24 hours later because they pulled him out of his house. The marshals came to his house.
wait. So he wasn't even arrested yet.
No, he was on bail.
He was on bail. Then they arrested him because he's telling now. So now he has to kind of get arrested for that.
Yes.
And bringing everybody that else is around him.
Yes.
So who else was it that it happened? Who else?
Oh, he brought me down. He brought my cousin down. Who else did he bring down? I think he snitched on now Persico, Alley Boy Persico on another case. Eddie Boyle on another case. He's doing 20 years, 30 something. I think Shue, you might have been with Boyle and Fort Dix.
Wait a
Eddie
minute.
Boyle.
There's people doing.
Eddie Boyle.
So in this particular case, there's a
That's
lot.
on him.
There's people doing hard time associated with that case.
Associated what he told on them for. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
but I'm unclear on something. What was it that was going on? What did they get convicted of? What did they get convicted of?
He told on Eddie for all the bank robberies he did with him.
Oh, they did together.
He told on me for
They did
drug
together.
dealing. That never happened.
Okay.
Okay? And I can say that confidently. You know why?
Wait, they was robbing banks?
Oh, Chris was robbing banks, houses, home invasions, tying
Listen,
old people up.
I know this is gonna sound weird to you, right? I know this is gonna sound crazy. There is like a bank robbery, right? When I, as long as nobody gets hurt, I don't know nobody getting hurt in a bank robbery. But it always amazes me how people figure out how to knock over a bank and get out of it in time and get the bread. Like that always.
The old banks are made with bad alarm systems. So you could always get in from next door or underneath or through the back. You could bypass the alarm system. Once you set it off, the cops go by. They look in, nothing's going on, but yet you came through the roof or the back, and you're in there.
This guy's giving up a lot. He's telling us how it was going down. I'm learning. Okay, so was it really the?
That was his forte.
So in the bank robberies, right, was happening.
Yeah.
So he kind of did he do time behind it?
He's still doing it.
I'm not. People, I'm getting.
Chris.
No, it's not that part. But I'm learning here. Wait. We're not glorifying. We're not glorifying the cooperator. We're not glorifying the cooperator.
You're sitting there asking.
But I'm asking about a case.
No, because he done told you.
He's breaking it down for me.
No, he told you he did this and told on that. He did this. And you keep asking about, if he told you right now, he took 2 Skittles out of a bag in the store. You want to know what happened with him?
Well, wait. I want to know what happened with the situation.
No.
Wait.
We have other things. We have other bigger things.
No, wait, here. That's what I asked you. So then you and him get to discuss what happened afterwards.
What part?
But like the case happens, they come and get you the next day, right?
No.
They never come to get
They come
you.
24 hours on Chris's house. They get him out of there.
And then what about you now?
No, now I
They
got
don't
my
come-
case. No, because now they got to proffer him. They proffer these snitches for months. They train them. They teach them how to lie. They teach them how to tell.
And put him back
They
in
teach them how to
society?
testify.
they
No,
come
not
to your
yet.
trial.
Come to your trial, take the stand. He took the stand on 2 trials.
They train you. They tell you.
I'm
look,
sitting here with Peter Shue now in Allenwood Low, chilling out, playing
Okay, you got him.
basketball, winning football, basketball. We're doing
This
it.
is back
man.
then.
Yeah.
Man
They
was
come
not
and get
comfortable.
me.
Wait,
He's my snitch. I fight the case for a year, 9 months to be exact. Okay, I'm about to take a plea for 17 and a half years because they were combining everything together. That's what they were talking to my lawyers about. They couldn't get it to the grand jury because it was not mob related, and I was on a mob case, so they called it. It was a drug case that was He lent the drug dealer the money. He couldn't collect it. He had dudes shaking him down, and he came to me to help him get everybody off his drug dealer's back because he's a pussy. He's a snitch. He ain't that tough guy that's out that they portray.
I talk nobody about him.
No, that dude that's out there.
I never got that image.
Listen, you know what, Flex? How about this? How about this? Live on Flex. Me and Chris one-on-one.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
one-on-one.
on the show.
Then
I
it-
can see him in the eyes. The
Is he
rat against the stand-up
home?
guy. He's in
home?
Miami.
Yeah,
Yeah, he started.
yeah.
He started
but
in
he
California.
but did he did time?
He
he did time?
he got the same exact time
As you guys?
He got the same exact time of the plea they originally offered him, 10 years. He got sentenced to the same 10 years as a snitch.
How much did you do?
And then Brofman brought him back in to get a 3-year reduction after that. So he
he
got
did
7 years. Okay. He's a bona fide snitch.
Okay.
And
And he runs around, and I got
Can
some.
you set
Matter
that up?
of fact, wait.
I want to come to that.
Because
Rico and Chris. Let's do a WWE.
This always happens to somebody right in here. There's always something that comes up that we were like, damn.
1-on-1. I want to ref the fight. And let me tell you,
bad,
I
bro.
want to make sure he don't get a fair one.
He said that he don't get a fair
He don't
one.
get a fair one.
Rats don't get fair.
Rats don't get fair ones.
Oh,
All right, so
man.
wait, there's Chris with Khaled. Let's get that picture out first.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, but I know Khaled knows what he is, and Khaled's a civilian. I get it. I understand.
Civilians. We're out here, bro. We're just civilians. Trying to understand the game.
We went through this before.
Uh-huh.
Me and you talk about this. If it was your brother, father,
No, I'd be
something
tight.
that you told on,
I'll be tight.
you'd be tight.
I'll be tight.
There's our man who pays for your studio.
Yes.
Okay, but you see, this dude right here, Chris, used the N-word with Puffy one night. Okay.
Oh, this is getting
Was-
deep.
Yeah. And how could he even talk to this dude? Because the way he disrespected Puffy, you know what I'm saying? Badly. So maybe at that point, maybe Puffy was, not ready for it. But now he's a snitch.
But no,
Puffy should smack the shit out of him with his entourage.
but you and him never.
Puffy might not even
He got. How long have you been out?
now.
12 years.
Oh, you've been out 12 years. So this is, and you and him have crossed paths, seen him anywhere, nothing.
No, seen him. No, I was in Miami a couple of times bopping around. He crosses me anywhere in New York. Like, he'll come in and do Instagram and bop off and say he was in New York. I sent messages back, let me know when you're really in New York or where you're going to be. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what? It ain't just another snitch ratting on me. He was like my brother, so it's 10 times worse.
No,
You know what I'm saying? Like you said, like nobody's crew here ratted on them. So we got them outsiders who we knew were bitches. But this was the inside
Imagine
of that.
somebody
You
drank,
ate,
ran,
drank, did
wine,
everything
hung
with.
out,
Everything,
stayed
fought
the
to
same
the death.
girls.
I took him to the hospital to save his life the night he was stabbed. Running through red lights, dropping over there, and they said if I didn't get him to the next hospital, he dies. I should have got a flat tire.
And,
this is bad.
And hold up. And let me straighten you out because I think you think. This is why I might be saying this. I think you think that he's a bodyguard.
No. You're doing it together.
He's
You're
a
doing
boss.
it together.
He's a boss. He ain't. It's just that he's so big. He looked like a bodyguard, right?
Well-
but he's not a bodyguard. He's a boss. He was always a boss. My thing is this: they had a friendship, and he violated the friendship. He wasn't his bodyguard. That was if me and you together and you got a beef
my
and
brother.
I plug somebody, I'm not your bodyguard. I'm your man trying to look out. See what I'm saying? So I know you see him as intimidating force. He's not a bodyguard.
I left Shue in 2003, but I've been in touch with him to the day he came home.
Always been my man.
Let me ask you something.
Send me money on
Could he
Christmas and
Could he
everything.
fix this up?
Oh, I didn't do that. I don't know why.
Wait. I know Peter doesn't like that talk. I don't even wait. Let me say it better. If he came and reached out to you, would you talk to him?
Watch this, Flex, and this is where you're going to respect it as a civilian.
Yes.
My mother, my father, my wife, visiting room, MDC. I might have to take 17 and a half years because my best friend Chris ratted on me. My mother was his religion teacher. She went, Chris Pacello telling on you? No, he wouldn't do that. My wife, tears down her face. How would you feel about a person who did that to your family? And they're civilians.
No, it's not good. It's not good, bro. It's not good. religion teacher. That's wow.
But, you know,
She taught him religion,
it's deep,
him and his
man.
brothers.
This thing is deep. That's why when we was talking about. That's why when we was talking about.
But I want to give this interview back to Shue.
Okay, no, I learned a lot
Thank you.
today.
Thank you. Hey, listen. That's why. Listen, let me explain something to you.
Pete knew he was going to expose somebody
Let me
today.
explain. No. Let me explain. I got
Pete
some more.
knew he was going to
I got
expose
some more.
somebody
I got some
today.
more. I got some
He said, I
more.
was let him talk.
I got some more. But listen, no, that's my brother. Vico's my brother. But let me explain something to y'all.
Yes.
Right? Unlike other people when they go on shows, you see them come by themselves. They want the whole attraction on them. I'm not that dude. Anybody would tell you I like my people to talk because we all bosses. Ain't no workers in there. I got people from everywhere, and I got more people that was supposed to come that couldn't make it. They wanted to come. Ice wanted to come. Chaz wanted to come. The Lynch Mob wanted to come, but they working. So I
I
couldn't
haven't
get
seen
them to
Chaz
go.
in a little while.
But-
I know he used to run around with Graf and a couple
yeah,
other artists. Shout out to you, Chaz.
I want to give shout outs real quick to some of these brothers that's in here that we could go on.
Didn't
with the
Chaz
interview.
was on a TV? Chaz was on something.
Chaz would have been my partner in a record company if I didn't
But
go
there
to
was
jail.
something I saw him on one. American Gangster. That's another one that I learned. I was like,
Let me tell you something a little bit about
he's
Chaz.
so he's quiet spoken.
Talk about quiet dude. Chaz was the first black person. I seen it in the mafia movies, but he was the first black person I ever seen whispering to you, like when he want to talk to you. He used to whisper. Like we'll be in the club and he's trying to whisper to me. I'd be like, "Yo, Chaz, I can't hear you, Chaz. What you trying to tell me?" Because he'll whisper to you. Yo, shoot, you gotta whisper. And I'd be like, "What?" Yo, shoot, you gotta whisper. I said, "Yo, Chaz, I can't hear you. The music playing too loud." But Chaz is a good brother, laid back. And I told you about the Coogee stuff. When the Coogee sweaters came out, Chaz had more Coogee stuff than anybody out there. I don't care who it was, he had it because he was importing it from other cities and states and countries. And I had to get me an investigator to backtrack how he getting all these Coogees. And I'm like, damn, I ain't got that color. You know what I'm saying? When the Coogees came out.
That Coogee
he
sweater
he had
back then,
Kid
bro.
Coogees. He had all kinds of. Man, Chaz was a man back
Hopping,
then.
I'm
And
sorry.
Chaz called me one time. No, he called D, and D called me and said, "Yo, Chaz said call him. He got a problem, right?" So I called him in California, right? He was in California. I said, "Chaz," I said, "What's up?" He said, "Yo," he said, "Get the next flight, come out to Cali." I said, "For what?" He said, "Yo, these niggas in California think they dress better than us." Yo, I talk about that all the time we left because I thought he had beef. He's
But
calling me to come out there.
This is since you've been out, or prior, before you.
This was when I was in jail. I mean, before I went to jail.
Okay.
I brought ABS in them with me too. My boss, the Bounce Anthem dudes,
Okay.
stand up dudes. Matter of fact, can you at any time play number 5 on this?
Okay, we
because
can.
this is a snitch song. I want you to hear this. This song, let's tell you about the snitches, right? I want you to just introduce some of these dudes real quick while we in here.
Absolutely.
Mike Boss, and this is artist, ABS, Bounce Anthem. I
This
did a
is a
video
song
with
he
them.
made.
No, I did a video
Not,
with
it's
them.
not snitch, not
You
the
never see-
cooperation song.
you never see? Hold up, you never see Whole Lot of Money? I did a Whole Lot of Money with them.
Well, I
The
remember
video.
he gave me a record. I don't remember where we were. We were someplace.
We was in Sugar Daddies.
Maybe it was something you gave me a
a
song.
record I got with Uncle Murders. called
Did you ever play it?
No, that record was alright. I remember that record.
Did you play?
Yeah.
You talking about Whole Lot of
Yeah,
Money?
I remember it was a good record.
7:30 with Uncle Murders.
You didn't play Whole Lot of Money?
I don't remember. Did I play it?
Nah, just 7:30. We went to
Not yet.
7:30.
Okay.
Man,
okay.
play Whole Lot of
Not yet.
play Whole Lot of Money. I did the video for that.
It's a good record. I remember.
No, Whole Lot of Money. I did the video for that. I had
no.
all the it was a gangster joint.
I got
That's not the one with
and
Uncle
Kevin
Murder.
Childs is
No.
in this video.
Kevin Childs is in this one. Vico's in it.
Yeah,
Everybody was in it. That Steve's in it. Everybody that did it.
Now remember how you said I'm gonna tell you. Remember how you said the snitch get all the attention?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you though. I shared this with Kevin too. I'm gonna say something
Shout out to my man Kev. I spoke to him before I came on the show.
because this is why I think snitches and cooperators get so much time. Because someone who cooperates or snitches speak from the whole game, their eyes, even though they told. But, and once again, I'm not condoning this lifestyle in any way or form. And for kids, we don't recommend it. For children or whatever it is, and we're not glorifying it. But there is a fascination with that world. There always has been. If not, you wouldn't like Scarface and you wouldn't like The Godfather.
Well, everybody
Right?
watched all the mafia movies, and that's why they wanted to be Godfather. They want to be
But
Michael
But now-
Corleone.
now-
Everybody want to be Michael Corleone.
now the stand-up dudes, right?
Yeah.
Such as yourself, like stand-up, right? I mean, and maybe it's just how a stand-up person moves. You know, most people who are stand-up aren't overly offering information. Just in general, interview. Like, look, I've been on the radio for a certain amount of time or whatever. Like this kind of happened by accident. Kevin was the first one to come. I was talking about Alpo. It took, he wanted to clarify some things. But I mean,
I've been trying to get you to do this, and I wanted to come on here. And Kevin then would tell you that. I went to the people in the Breakfast Club, tried to get them and get me on there to talk about more than this. The part where we have to try to get society back right, with the kids and stuff like that, because they being brainwashed, they doing dumb things, and because the
it's
people
not
that's
survival for them. They think they glorify
the
it.
people that's supposed to be teaching them is not teaching them right. You can't, cause a dude the old head don't mean he got the right intentions for you. So you can't go by that. You have to see the person, watch how you move. Like you say, you see me quiet, moving. You got to know what kind of dude he is. If a dude's telling you not to smoke crack, but he's around the corner smoking crack himself, can you deal with him? See, a lot of these dudes is followers, and I tell everybody, you can't be a follower in these days. You got to be a leader. You can take advice, but you have to come to your own conclusions. I take advice still at my age.
You also have the younger generation of rappers.
They glorified.
I never look. I come from a different school. Once again, I don't condone it. I never saw the nigga that get high and buy the drugs get glorified. Like that was a customer back to.
Oh, you're not gonna get that.
But now it's like the motherfucker who's getting high or buying the pills. Like he's it's being glorified. I don't understand. And I know there's a lot of kids. They take $100 out their mother's purse, flip a couple pills, and they think
The gangsters.
yeah, and it's not survival. You're doing it for fucking extra cash on your allowance. With people back then, it was survival for them.
I love all my brothers and sisters, and I say this from the heart. That's not a snitch. I know it's a thin line with the civilian stuff, but my thing is this. I hope any brother or sister, and look in my eyes, I'm telling you from my heart, that doesn't have snitch mentalities, right? Doesn't have pedophile mentalities, doesn't have griminess, compulsive lying, stuff like homosexual stuff. I'm not with none of that. I'm not saying you can't do it. I'm saying you can't be a part of me and do it. My team, I screen before I make you my friend. I see what type of dude you was. When I met Rico, the first thing I was all by when I saw him, this motherfucker throw 100 yards in the football. I said, damn, this nigga could throw. He should be playing professional football. I went out to watch him play football. I said, I gotta make him my friend. But for real, I'd screen people to see how they are.
See, but I have a
All
question.
my friends here, before we go.
I have a question for you.
What?
Because when you watch TV or when you whatever, because that's the only thing I can speak from, or people I know, but I don't speak from experience. To be a hustler in your hustle stage, there is a form of dishonesty during the hustle. Let me give you another vision. Okay, so not you with Peter Shue, but you and your man. All right, now when you was stick-up kids, right?
Okay.
All right. When you sticking somebody up, right? I'm just saying, it could be a girl that sets him up. However that situation plays out,
Okay.
right? But then now, your man that you did that with, he knows how you did that, right? And how y'all got to that equation of being a skipper, even though when you came out, you moved to a different side.
Okay.
So of selling. All I'm saying is like in this, I'm trying to find. I'm hearing the word code and a way of doing things, but I'm just saying within this parameter.
You talk about street codes?
Yeah, but this street codes, but within this parameter, and maybe I'm using the word of dishonesty, but there is things that aren't trustworthy happening within this circle of codes.
Listen,
That's what I'm trying to like.
Okay. In other words.
Yeah, like
in other
there's-
words, this is how it goes. this happens in the street. Like, if me and my man is stick up kids, that's what you saying. We did a robbery in the house. I found 30,000. And he asked me, yo, how much we got? And I said 10,000. Some people get grimy like that and be dishonest like that, if that's what you're trying to say.
But you're
I can understand that. I can understand that.
but even in those situations, I'm saying it. But there is like but I would call that dishonesty.
That's what.
But
It is dishonesty.
But there's dishonesty
That's what-
within
that's
code.
what
But let me ask you something. Now, if that guy does that, but then if he gets knocked,
Let me ask you a
you see what I'm
question.
saying?
But
He's not
shit like
supposed
that
to
does
snitch.
happen.
Did you hear the scenario he gave you?
Happens.
Did
Yeah,
you
but
hear,
if he gets knocked, then he's not supposed to snitch,
hold
right?
up, did you hear the scenario?
But then in his mind, I got took for 20 on the deal part.
Well,
So
that's-
where is the line? If I got took,
Hold on, time out.
that's what I'm trying to
Time
figure
out.
out.
I see what you're saying now. I finally got it.
Wait.
I finally got it. I finally got it.
But I'm just saying that there's dishonesty
got it. I
within
see what he's saying
what's
now.
going on.
Let me ask you a question. I'm gonna clarify for you. You just said
That doesn't mean your team was doing it. I'm
no.
just saying.
You just said ABS gave you a scenario and you elaborated on it. Now I'm gonna break it down for you so you can see where you're running your mistake at.
Look at the way he starts me. He starts me with a mistake. Like let me just.
Because you're a civilian, and I have to teach you this.
Keep
Right?
that up front.
Now, you and ABS robbed me. Say I die, you'll kill me. Say you'll kill me.
This is so drastic a story, Pete. Oh my God.
Let's say you'll kill me.
Oh my God.
Let's say you'll kill me.
Okay.
Right? For 50 bricks. ABS takes 35 bricks, gives you 15. I see the dishonesty part now. You get caught.
Well, don't get me caught yet. You want to know why? Don't rush me to the jail.
I gotta rush you to
This
the
is no.
I have
Because
to
let's
rush
say
you
I
to the
don't
jail.
get caught, right?
Because we gotta see the griminess in it. We gotta see the tone. We gotta see because you asked the question.
Wait, wait. I didn't get caught yet, and I'm short on the bricks. I want to stay, and I'm short on you.
Okay,
Now,
okay.
now, where am I while I'm short on these bricks? I did not get arrested
hold on.
yet.
All right, listen.
And I feel he did me dirty.
I see where you want to go. You're supposed to handle your business.
Hello.
Okay.
But that's the street code. But
Okay.
what you did do, this is what you did, because you brought it up. I'm not saying you per se, but you brought it up the scenario. What you did, you got caught.
No, but I didn't get
Let
caught
me
yet. I
finish.
don't want to
No,
get caught.
you gave a scenario.
Nah, I got short
You gave a
bricks.
scenario.
I want to stay in short bricks
Nah.
because that builds a picture of
No.
short money.
No.
No, because if we rush past, if we rush past it, then that's automatically
No.
putting me as a cooperator.
Gave your answer.
I don't want to cooperate yet. I don't want to cooperate
I gave
yet.
your answer. Listen.
Nah, Peter, I don't want to cooperate.
No.
No, I didn't cooperate.
No.
I ain't go in the room. What's that
No.
number you said? I ain't get that paperwork.
No. But
Right, so now
No,
he started
no.
running out of his
I gave you the answer.
wondering what he's
I
going
gave you the answer. I gave you an answer for your scenario.
But I didn't snitch yet. Give me-
No. All right, forget the snitching.
Yeah, for a second.
You had the bricks.
He had 10 more
The
than me.
bricks. You finally realized, no, you had 15 more than you. See, you didn't even do your math.
I'm sorry.
You had 15 more than
We
you.
don't want nobody to die for nothing.
Now, what you didn't do, right? Handle your business because he stole from you. What are you going to do? All right, we just going to stay at the scenario you want.
All right, but
What do you no?
but if
No,
he's
ain't
my
no
man,
buts.
But if we go by the
He's
code,
never your man.
if we go by the
Wasn't
code-
your
He
man.
got your man if he took 15
wasn't
seconds.
your man.
Okay, but you know what? But if we went by the code that what has happened,
Step to him and get yours.
but we it shouldn't even have been that if we was people.
That's
correct?
what you would step to him and tell him, and then you want yours.
Scenario.
Huh?
I just told you the whole story about
man
that.
Now, look, now
That's
you
the
get hit
story.
on the head.
I didn't sell no drugs for Chris.
Uh-huh.
I didn't sell no drugs with Chris. I didn't rob no houses with Chris. Chris ratted me out on his own case because he couldn't collect
Well, he
the
lied.
drug deal.
You feel like he lied? That's lying.
No. But
Okay,
let's
okay.
go to this. Hold up. Hold up.
Here,
Hold up.
but sure, I'm a civilian.
I beat the case on a statute of limitations. I couldn't throw it into a RICO.
That's why you only did the 5.
Yeah, it's statutes from that.
17 and a half. The statute ran out because the government said this ain't a mafia crime. So they took me off the case. The statute ran out 5 years. But I was going to
Now you've
jail.
mentioned this mob thing more than
I was
once.
going because-
I did hear mob talk, and then
That's RICO. They put RICO to use the mob.
oh wait,
But
you know what?
we're not gonna answer no mafia
No, wait.
questions.
I'm gonna sit here after we finish.
No, we're not going to answer no
I
more
want him to
questions.
sit down here for a second.
No, we're not going to answer more
Okay.
questions.
Flex,
because
you could have him
their
come in
secret-
for an interview
Listen,
later
yeah,
on,
you can have
you
him
know?
come in, but their
Come on,
secret.
Flex, let's do
Listen,
this right.
let me explain something to you. Let me explain. Hold up. Let me explain something to you about the mob. Hold up.
Well,
Let me
I wanna go back
let me
to the
talk. No,
breaks.
we're going to get to the breaks. Let me explain something to you about the mob. Right? They take an oath. Their secrecy is to the death, first of all, right? And the good ones. And they are handled worse than anybody getting invested in the criminal justice when it comes to drugs and all that and conspiracy and all that other shit, because they can be doing nothing, but because they related to this guy, they take them all in, and I feel that's very unfair what they do to the mob. But they call the mob organized criminals, but it's really the governments are organized criminals.
Yep.
So
But-
that's what you need to know.
But even when we talk about the mob, because we talking about,
The
I
mob
mean,
is something I don't really go into because
understand.
I respect their secrecy, and I respect the men I met that's real good men from the Italians. And I don't call them mob, I call them family.
But Peter, we are still talking about organized crime.
Yeah, but organized
And,
crime.
well, not for Italian, but just in general. And listen, let's talk about when you talk feds and police, right? And we talk snitches and everything.
Police got a code of honor.
But
That's
let me
why,
ask-
listen, police got a code of honor.
me ask you
Let me
something.
go into that.
The
No, you
feds-
brought up the police. Let me fix you on that. Police got a code of honor. That's why these police is killing the blacks.
Oh, that's not good.
Listen.
Of course not.
Let me finish.
Not right. Of course.
Since you're a civilian, the police is killing these blacks, right? The other police know what's going on, but they got a code of honor, just like
Yeah, they keep it quiet.
just like the mob. So, my thing is to go on them, right? I respect that you got a code of honor, but you took an oath when you got into the force. So you in a precinct, and you know all these police is going up, beating up people, raping, killing.
No,
know
you're
what
supposed to talk. You're supposed to.
What are you supposed to do?
I'm gonna tell you something.
No, I'm gonna tell you what they're supposed to do. They supposed to go into that locker room,
And tell dude just relax
either cut it out,
or get out of here.
or we gonna whip your ass.
Absolutely,
And
I
if
agree
whip
with you.
his ass, and if you whip
100%.
his ass, he can't go to internal affairs. Why? Because of the other shit gonna come out on him. What he's doing, killing innocent people.
I'm a firm believer in people talk about the police department and want people to, the jail or whatever. I think there's two problems. One is when you put a cop on the force and he can lose his pension and job for picking up $100 in an apartment, you are making them become this thing where they don't want to talk because you can lose everything. Sometimes I don't think it's warranted for what they can
that's
lose
a
it
team. Everybody
And-
becomes a team. They don't tell on each other.
And
That's the code of honor they have.
And I'm gonna tell you something. I think the Army or the National Guard or other places, I think there's issues in those systems as well. But they deal with their people from within
Listen,
and they get to it.
you have-
Before
hold on.
I shouldn't have to know what the fuck's going on.
What have you did in life that you was a team? I'm talking about sports, anything you did when you was a team.
In high school, absolutely.
What did you play?
Soccer, baseball.
Okay, if you play soccer, right? Would you go to the other team and tell them what you're gonna do during the game?
No,
Because that would be what?
snitch. Wrong. Tell
Would
them.
be telling.
Collaborating.
Cooperating. So the oath that the police
cooperate.
officers take, right? I respect that because that's the oath you're supposed to take amongst men. If you are an officer, a drug dealer, a football player, and you don't tell information.
I agree
You see what I'm
with
saying? So you can't protect the police telling them this and that. No, what they doing is wrong because they know
Yeah,
these other
absolutely.
officers is doing this stuff.
I agree with
and
you. I lost a lot of friends, police friends recently because of this.
They need to go in your precinct, within your precinct, and if you know there's a cop and
Shut
they're
it down.
killing somebody or beating up somebody or whatever, you're supposed to step to him and say, listen, you're making our precinct look bad,
what
cut
we
it out,
doing.
and we go beat your ass. Now, on the contrary, you got these young dudes or some dudes that ain't thinking, a cop kills your son. You got these other dudes all over the United States, let me go kill a cop. Nah, that ain't right either. Listen,
Now,
because
there is a little
let me
less.
finish.
There's less respect, Peter, though,
Let me
for
finish when you can elaborate on it.
cops.
Let me
There's
finish
less
and you can
respect for
elaborate.
cops and
Let me
police.
finish and you can elaborate on it.
that
Now,
thing.
and I had to straighten somebody out on this. If somebody killed my son, God willing, God never happens, a cop, I don't want the cop in Arkansas that killed him. I don't want to go kill Arkansas cops, Yugoslavia, wherever they at. I want the cop that killed him. Whoever killed him. If he's in New York City, I want him. So what they doing when they go out and start shooting police for no reason, a lot of them police is not on it like that.
Correct.
So you don't get those. You get the ones, if you're going to get somebody, get the ones that's doing it.
But we shouldn't get anybody, Peter.
No, I'm saying if you have to, because you get these cycles that say, I want to just go shoot some police. Why would you shoot a police that never did nothing?
But we're in an age, Peter, right now, where
Who's we?
we're living
No,
in an
I don't go
age.
by we. I go by me.
No, we're living in an age. In 2017, going to 2018, we're living in a time where kids do have, even before these killings started, even though they've been going on, they're more public now, there is a definite lack of, it's both parts. There's a lack of respect for kids with authority more than when we were growing up.
That's the parents' fault.
But it's
That's
still,
the parents.
but
Listen,
yes,
all
but
that
it-
goes back to the parents. See, the parents
Yes.
is letting the kids go astray and just letting them go out there.
But it's
They're not teaching them. Listen, first of all, every child should be taught religion first before they even hit the streets.
I agree
And I
with
don't
you.
care what religion you into. You could be Christian and Muslim, anything, because in those religions, right? Even though I don't even believe in God, I don't believe in religion. But in those religions, you are being taught love and respect. You know, things like that. So when you do hit the streets, it is something on there where you won't just kill somebody because they stepped on your foot.
But I'm being specific, Peter. I'm being specific
with what?
with the relationship between the young generation and police officers. It is different now.
They both
They're
wrong.
both doing it wrong, yes. But I
both
mean,
wrong.
but remember, okay, you
both
grew up high school, your late 70s into the 80s, right? You know that wasn't happening. If a police officer came around, there's police officers back then you knew in the neighborhood.
Flex.
You knew or you spoke to him.
Flex, a lot of these police officers was doing it back in the day.
Yeah, but it was on camera.
No, because you
There was
didn't
no
have
camera.
cameras.
Yeah, there's no camera,
You got
absolutely.
cameras now. So you got. I know a officer named Crazy Joe. He used to beat us up, stop us, put dope in our pocket, all type of stuff. So
That's wrong. I get
listen,
the police.
you can't go on that. What it is right now, because you got to talk about what it is. The police is doing it wrong because they letting the other police doing what they ain't supposed to do, and the kids is doing it wrong. The ones that's going out there say, "Fuck it, let me just shoot a cop." No, you can't do
But
that.
I think before they shoot the cop, Peter, right now, if
They
you
shoot
got-
a different cop.
if you
That
got-
ain't the cop
if you
that
got
did
pulled
it.
over today, right? You're on your way home. You leave here. You get pulled over. What you gonna do? You're gonna pull out your wallet. You're gonna list them. You're gonna
I'm gonna have an attitude from the start. You know why?
You will or you won't.
I would, because I did 21 years.
Okay.
So I'm gonna have an attitude. I'm
But
still
even
still
within
in-
your
I'm
attitude,
still in- I'm
but
still
even
in
within
mode.
your attitude, right? You're gonna question it, but are you going to look? Peter, I still believe the cops are in the wrong, right? I want to get home to my family every night, no matter what. I'm not letting a police officer take me off my grind that you even have to pull me out the car, shoot me to nothing. Like,
Okay, but what
I'm
about
not-
what about the scenarios?
But there's a lot of those
where
scenarios. You
they
know,
just shoot you for no reason.
And that
you
happens
didn't even
too.
get a chance to get out the car.
And I agree with you. That happens. But but there are those. Look, I'm gonna tell you something. The guy from Facebook, and he was a senseless killing, right? The one where he's with his family and his kids. It's a senseless killing. I think he's a custodian, right? This is the situation that happened when it's on tape on Facebook and he's with his wife and kids, right? I'll be honest, Peter, if I'm coming from custodial work and I'm cleaning the gym, nigga, I don't need this big gun on me, strapped on me, or whatever it is. And or the chance that if a cop pull me over, whatever it's gonna be.
Sometimes there is an issue to make the cops be on defensive. I understand
I don't feel like you would do. Would you do that?
I'm gonna tell you a story, matter of fact.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna tell you a story. I was by, I think Pelham, my friend, a
Bronx.
good friend. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Way back in the day, I was with my mom too. I had beach chairs on my back. I was coming from a cookout. About 5-6 cop cars pulled us over. Not pull us over, they rolled up on us, we walking. Pulled out straps on us. I had to be about 15, 14 maybe. Mom crying in front of them. You know what I'm saying? I had a beach chair,
What do you think it was? What was the issue?
AK-47.
I
They
thought
got
you
a
were carrying it on
report.
your
Hold
back?
on. They got a report that 2 kids was carrying AK-47s, and that's a true story. So you telling me I was carrying an AK-47 in the beach chair walking, and my man's had a cupcake, chocolate chip. True story. True story. They said put the cupcake down. My man yelled chocolate chip. My man says chocolate chip. You know what I'm saying? And some of these cops take steroids. Some of these cops do other things.
I mean, I'm
That's
sure.
under the radar.
I believe you in that.
Listen, and that being a good point, because if you take steroids, it makes you hyper. So all them cops that taking steroids, they be trigger happy. So I'm not saying I want to condemn all of them, but the ones that's doing this stuff, the other officers know. But what I want you to ask my son, since my son's speaking now, I want you to ask my son that big question because somebody else's son told you about his father telling on him, and you told me this on the phone, and how he felt and how it hurt him and stuff.
And how he felt and how he deals with it.
Told me what he had to go through. Ask my son what he had to go through because he had a father that didn't tell. Ask him the stuff he gets. Ask him the praises he getting, all type of stuff. Ask him about that.
Well, how's it moving out there for you, my brother?
Since you was growing up, since you was young.
Since I was young, I was taken care of. You know what I'm saying? And since
What
I
did
got
people
older,
say when they asked you when they found out you was my son?
thorough. Took me in. Anything I needed. You know what I'm saying? Anything.
He even has the posture like
anything. Popeyes, whatever you want.
So why?
Chicken, Popeyes, he said Popeyes.
When he told me that, you know how good I felt.
But I mean, everybody. But
because
you know,
at least when I stood up,
I'm gonna tell you something.
Somebody got something out of it.
Peter, even though I didn't know you that well, I mean, we really just dealt in the club business, partying or whatever. You did strike me. You struck me as a snake. Like, I would have been surprised if I ever read you were snitching because you did strike me as, I don't want to say a loner, but you moved a certain way. So I didn't see you as one of those guys.
Oh, no, you would see me as a loner. Do you know right now, since we on that
subject? But back then, that's what you would seem like you to yourself.
Like I said, you see, I bring everybody with me when I do what you call it. I try to do this all the time.
I remember you brought people with you back then. Oh, if it was a club or whatever you was doing.
About clothing lines. This is I Am the Life. He got you a shirt. The makeup I Am the Life. I back them when they do their music. I back anybody could call me and say, Peter, we need you here, and I don't get paid. I just show up. You know, I back 3 girls. There's 3 girls I want to give a shout out to. And you know, I think you know at least 2 of them. They always was special women to me. I knew they was going to be successful. I'm proud of them. I call them Peter's Angels. One is Jatan Green.
Okay.
You know Jatan.
Absolutely.
Jatan Green, and I hope she hears this because I love her, is a hustler. She knows how to get money. She does everything. Shoes, she sells shoes, clothes, be in plays, movies. She's smart. Oh, and it didn't come from me. She just was a smart lady. And I always knew she was, and she's gorgeous. Dana Thomas, the comedy clubs. You know the Future. That's the Future's baby mother.
Okay.
She does comedy, the best comedy shows out here right now. And I knew she was going to be successful because she was goal setting. She always had a goal to want to do it. And I back all these people. The reason I'm saying these, and there's one more, and that's, I said Dana. Oh, Danita Davis. And Danita Davis, you seen her at all the parties. Gorgeous. She looked like a Halle Berry. She got a book out called Slippery When Red. And it's an erotic joint. And you're going to want to read this book. And it comes out in October. And I read it already. It's got, because she was with some high rollers. And she talks about the love life and livelihoods of relationship from a woman perspective. So you need to get that book when it comes out. But I back up Whitetail, I back up Triangular, all the clothing lines, all the rappers. They call me all the time. They call Terry, yo, can y'all do this? And we say, yeah. We ain't no haters. We don't want to see nobody not get no chips, But the ones that show us any type of signs that's on that list I got, they go to the curb. You know what I'm saying? We kick him to the curb. You know what I'm saying?
Now, could it be? Because I remember when you said people about bosses and workers. Now that I really think about it, most people who have cooperated, well, I think of, I don't know, when I think of not just cooperating, but there's a generation, right? If we talk 85 to the mid 90s, that's like where would you, is that second generation? Like that's a generation of hustlers. I don't know. Am I saying it right? Second generation of hustlers, because the first generation it's like late 70s, 80s, right?
That's what you.
That's my knowledge of it.
You're wrong again. And anybody that say he's right about that is wrong. If you say that the first generation of hustlers was when man was first born. They
But you know what I mean.
I don't because you're losing me now. I don't know.
Like I really know of it from a civilian point of view. Is who's the guy you said that snitched first?
Nicky Barnes?
Like that's really my
high pro snitch in New York. Was Nicky Barnes. That was the first high profile snitch.
But that's my knowledge of, because he hit the cover of the Times. Like was it not because
Nicky Barnes.
Well, Nicky Barnes is who.
He was in and out before Nicky.
Nicky was the first snitch, man. Nicky was the first high profile snitch.
Frank Lucas sounds nuts.
Until that movie came out. Nobody even knew about Frank Lucas until the movie came out. Nicky Barnes was the number one.
No, he was a snitch before Nicky.
But nobody knew about him.
But
we said high profile snitch.
But Nicky
was the first high profile snitch.
My question with Nicky Barnes is that's my first because he hit the cover of New York Times Magazine.
Yeah.
And a lot of people.
Time Magazine.
But a lot of people use that as that. What's the?
That was Nicky's rival, Frank Lucas.
Wait.
Time Magazine.
Wait.
Snitch.
You know how long it takes to get on the Time Magazine?
Snitches.
Who's the one who brought him down?
He said high profile.
Who's the one who brought him down? Was it Giuliani? Giuliani was the prosecutor at the time, right?
Nicky was the first black man on top of that Time Magazine like that.
So for a lot of
he was a high pro. He was the one.
For a lot of people, not just me. That's the beginning of the era. So I'm asking you, you know, when you like, was there somebody before him that you guys knew of before Nicky Barnes? Who?
No, he ain't no snitch. Drug dealer, right?
Oh,
Who's
he
this?
said you talk about snitches or just high profile? Bumpy Johnson, you talk about high profile drug dealer.
Well, I'm saying, but see, to the civilians, Nicky Barnes is who we saw on the cover of that paper.
He started.
Now, is Bumpy Knuckles before him?
Huh?
Is Bumpy Knuckles before him?
Bumpy Johnson.
Bumpy
Before
Johnson.
him.
Is he before him?
Yeah, Damn, you didn't see the movie?
I didn't. I'm asking you.
Hold up. What's that? Set TV? We got to get him something, man.
I want to know.
I got to order it for you. It's $20 a month, Flex. All that jewelry you wear, on it, get you Set TV.
Wait. So listen.
Fire stick. Black box.
Wait, but that's illegal. Okay. So
Oh, you want to do it because it's illegal? Oh, my bad.
Look.
Watch. All right, just order.
Million.
Yo, all right. Order and pay the $400 something a month.
I would be begging for the stick. Okay.
Nicky started
Pause.
with Joe Gallo in
Now who's that?
Italian
Okay.
in the joint, right? And that was like the late '60s.
Late 60s. So
And Frank Lucas was out there
late 60s.
Yeah, but they didn't get.
still
Nobody
blew
was
up with the Blue
nobody was
But-
recognized.
but-
That's like Frank Matthews. Nobody recognized them, Frank Lucas, like they recognized Frank Matthews and Nicky Barnes. And let me correct that: Frank Matthews was never a snitch, but he was the one that got away. You know what I'm saying? And they still looking for him, and I love him for that. God bless him.
When you say got away.
He never got him. He got bailed out. He never came back. That's why we don't get bails now. So, because of him.
Matthew Madonna was the one who was really getting the drugs.
Okay.
Mafia. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Not really Joe Gallo.
Okay, got
So
it.
Nicky Barnes was the first high-profile snitch that we recognized because he was on Time Magazine, and he was Mr. Untouchable, and he used to say he was Mr. Untouchable, and we'd be seeing him all the time. And I saw Nicky, right?
Right as a cat flex. Back in the day, we was taking big duffel bags, me and a friend of mine, a fat man, to Featherbed Lane to Nicky Barnes.
Mm-hmm.
Duffel bags full of money.
Okay.
Nicky was getting that dope money. That's the money. So that's why I tell you that they was getting that paper. But when he messed up is when he cooperated. And once he did that, your name is nothing.
Mm-hmm. And he's out, correct?
Somewhere, I guess.
Yeah.
But
He's
I
out.
haven't
He's
saw
been
him. Yeah, he's out. Everybody say he's out. Nobody saw him. Yeah, he's out. He's been out.
He did a call. I don't know.
There you go. See, there you go. See, every time we bring up a name, why do you go?
You gonna run with
But the
it.
water?
See, I'm gonna tell you. But I'm gonna tell you something, Shue. Like, I'm asking you things and you're telling me. But I mean, the problem is
this whole interview gonna be on YouTube?
Oh,
the
as
whole
a whole.
thing? Okay.
Listen, the problem is the people who cooperate, because they're used to cooperate.
But every time we tell
they
you,
tell the whole story.
but every time we tell you about somebody, it's like you semi-glorify them. Like you go
I'm
to
trying to ask you
yo,
information.
what color car did Nicky have? Oh God, did he have?
You gotta tell me that you gotta.
Oh, you got Frank Lucas' number? Come on,
But
Flex.
listen, I'm learning the history of the drug game.
Okay, but
you gotta tell me.
Listen, why don't you want to learn the history of
Hey,
the
Flex.
good
I'm
side?
learning,
I haven't seen you ask me about what.
Ooh.
Flex, tell him watch Paid in Full. You want to watch the history?
Well, that one is a little altered,
It's a
correct?
little.
It's not right.
Listen,
Right? Is it right or is
let
it
me
right?
ask you a question.
You
I don't
said-
want, that's another snitch you going back
I'm
into.
I'm not. But I'm saying.
Listen, you shouldn't even did that because now you're gonna ask questions about that. Listen, my thing is this. I done sat here for 2 hours, I guess.
I know what you're saying. I asked you
All
about,
right.
but I've interviewed
I'm asking you a
them.
question.
I had them up.
I'm asking you a question.
Yeah.
I haven't seen you ask questions to me about Guy Fisher, who has something to do with, who has a PhD, a doctor's degree, and he has something to do with.
You know his
Oh,
son.
let me
his son-
finish.
Not his son.
Forget what
a
his
relative
son.
of
I know his family. I know his
They
family.
hit me to,
His
they
family's
said,
his
hook it
family's
up.
great people. But I'm saying Guy Fisher had a piece of the Apollo. I never hear you talk to me about that. Let me finish that. Oh, let me finish. Underwood, Bill Underwood, another good friend of mine, and we was all together one time in Allenwood Penn with Art. Where Art at? Allenwood Penn. Underwood had New Edition, Slave. I never hear, you don't ask me about that, but you ask me what color Nicky Barnes' car is.
But now I
No,
didn't
let's
ask
see.
you that yet.
No, I mean, it's coming.
Yeah.
But I'm
it's
saying, but
coming.
look, but my thing is this.
Because those are hops. But because there's
Did
a
you
hop.
have a Chevy?
Or an Impala.
Yo,
Oh, if you had a Chevelle, bro, you know that this is.
what kind of gas he used? But I gave you two prominent men you can run with.
Now,
here's another one, and then we spoke on Frank Matthews.
Yes.
You should be asking questions about him because he's the one that got away.
But now listen, I want to ask you something. I want to, there's a fascination, right? With the younger audience, with people that this is happening at the time, with the crime world, which is why we watch the
Okay,
movies. And
Underwood ain't any part of the crime world?
Yes, but I'm saying, I'm going to tell you what I feel that people who don't cooperate, right? Because the complaint is that the movies always get made about the snitches, right? that and it's true. I agree with you.
It is true.
I agree with you. But sometimes when I talk to people who haven't cooperated, right? I want to put you in this category because you kind of spread the love. But there's some people you could talk to who haven't cooperated, and sometimes the world's only about them. They have their story, and then sometimes I'll say, oh, well, what about this guy? What about this guy? Which is people who didn't snitch. But they'll be like, yeah.
See, that is an individual. That determines the character of
But
the
the
individual.
snitches get burned
I can only
because there is that talking that they do too much. Some of it, look, they snitch or cooperate, but there is some truth to when they say what they saw through their eyes when they're not snitching. And sometimes people want to know those things. It's right for the kids to do the wrong thing, for them to do the right thing or whatever.
You was raised, your mother told you, mind your business.
But yes, but that's why those guys are getting burned because
I can't talk on the other individuals. I can only talk about me and my family and what they can talk about themselves. But we ain't never been selfish. We ain't never been greedy.
No, I'm not
That's why.
the first thing you said to me is you're gonna bring people. The first time we talked.
They all, if they had to go on the show, they would tell me to come. I tell them to come. That's how it is. The people you talking about that just want to keep things to themselves, you know what I'm saying? Those are the type of dudes I don't like around me because of the fact they ain't got to be no snitches, but because I
know what I'm talking about.
I know that they're the type that will kick me to the curb if they have an opportunity to go and get successful without me. There's a lot of dudes I came home, got on my coattail just to get publicity and plugged in. And I didn't care about that because they think I didn't know.
You knew what it was.
But I'm not. I'm very sharp. It's just you gonna talk to people. They say she was one of the sharpest men we know. Because I see everything. I just don't care. I don't care that you want to use my name to say, hey, Peter Shue, I know Peter Shue. Can I come in the club? I know Peter Shue. Can I get a record deal?
Mm-hmm.
And they give it to you. They're some stupid motherfuckers. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Me, I don't do that. I don't ride no coattails.
Mm-hmm.
I bring my family with me, and you see us like an earthquake coming through. And if you don't hold on, you're going to fall because we running through. See, there's so many of us.
I got one last question because we got to it. Did Arlene testify against you?
Yes,
Did she took the stand?
Yes, she did. You know what she said?
What she
She
said?
gets paid on the basis of the outcome of my conviction, and they still let that testimony in. That's illegal. Yeah, how can you get paid on the outcome of my conviction? See what I'm saying?
So that means you gonna lie up there.
It's a
Or
business,
whatever it
Flex. It's a business. Snitching is a business.
You know, it's a
Know
big
what I mean?
business.
So this-
Sales is a big business.
Okay, so then now
Kraft,
she was in there.
Keefe, what is it? Keefe, is
So
it Keefe?
did you and Madonna?
that
did
Bush
you and
get all
Madonna
the
ever
money
talk
from?
about it? Did you and her conversate? Did there any conversation about this with her since you've been home, or but while you were in, or anything?
Hopefully, when she
No, but I
negotiates
just
for
mean
a penny,
that.
she'll.
But you're saying that she put her on you. How do you? I want to know. How do you know she put that?
Damn, you missing a good game.
No,
Madonna,
I know. Wait.
Madonna, she said Madonna put her on me.
But then,
the
but
book,
but you
Fred.
just said she got paid on the outside of your conviction. This is why I'm concerned.
She testified at my trial.
Yeah, but that means if she gets paid on the outcome, but you don't think that she would lie about Madonna being involved?
If they told you, all right, let me give you a scenario. I can always break this shit down with you. We're going to be here till tomorrow morning. But I'm going to break this down to you. We in the clothing store. You get paid a salary, $350 a week. I get paid on commission. I got to make somebody buy that suit. He comes in to buy a suit. You don't give a fuck if he buy that suit or not.
Making money.
I got to kiss his ass. Oh, it looks good on you. Oh, this is your girl gonna love it. Why? So if a person comes to court and they try, like my snitch, since we talk about snitches, Rodney Stokes, aka Little Man, Eric Barber from Baltimore, Maryland, who had a gold Porsche in 1994, right? Forget the disclaimers. Now, my snitch.
Read the
my
book,
snitch.
Flex.
They told Little Man, right? They told Little Man this at trial. They told him,
He's in the same case too. Like he's involved in that Madonna case as well.
He was my man's man, Nicky Barnes' nephew, who was not a rat, Mike Mellon, who was my man, because I'm a little younger than Terry. Mike Mellon was my man, and he died in jail. But Mike Mellon, he was down with them, and when he was on the run, I was looking out for this little bastard, giving him money and drugs and everything. He gets caught after I get caught.
Not anymore.
He gets caught after I get caught and says, "Oh yeah, Peter Shue sold me drugs." That's what he says. So this is after he did his profit joint that Enrique was talking about. He wasn't even supposed to be able to do that. They said, "Yeah, Peter Shue sold me drugs." I recollect now. So he comes and testifies against me, right? And they ask him, "Are you expecting anything out of this? You know, since you facing life?" He said, "Nah, I'm not expecting nothing." So you wouldn't do anything to get your time low? He said, "Nah." He said, my lawyer said, "Aren't you doing it now?" Then when we went to the bullpen, he was in the next bullpen door next to me, and I hope he hears this. He was in the next bullpen. He said, "Yo, Shue, I got so much love for you. You listening, Rodney? Stokes, live in San Francisco. You think I don't know where you live at?" No. You said, what he said, disclaimer. He said, this is what he said. He said, "This is the hardest thing I ever had to do, you know, to tell on you. I got so much love for you." That's what he told me. And I was in the cell with my man, right? Robert. His name was Robert. I said, "You know what?" I said, hey, you know what, little man? I got crazy love for you too. And I hope one day I get to to show you how much love I got for you.
Well, I would have known what that meant.
But right now, since
I'd have known what that meant.
right now, I wouldn't do nothing to him. But I hope I wouldn't cry over an earthquake. If he's, San Francisco would be having a lot of earthquakes.
A lot of shit happens out there.
Shit happens. I wouldn't cry if they told me, oh, he was in an earthquake and he died. I wouldn't cry if Eric Barber, Baltimore, Maryland, his girl was a teacher back 20-something years ago. I don't know if he married the hoe. She probably left him. But he wasn't even going to do no time. They extradited him to New York. I told him, listen, they can't do nothing to you if I don't give you up. You good. I send them money and everything, the commissary and everything. We go to court. This is some funny shit. We go to court.
It's
right?
funny you can laugh about it now. Like
because it was
most
funny.
people can't laugh about it.
We go to court, right?
You thinking of it laughing.
We go to court. So he's in another bullpen. I didn't even know. So we come out the bullpen. I said, yo, E, what's up? What you doing? He's like this.
You knew what it was when you saw him, right?
Yeah, he's like this. I gotta go there. Yo,
you knew he was selling?
So, come on. A motherfucking blind man would know he was telling. Stevie Wonder would have said, yo, he's telling. Listen, my man said, he's telling, right? I said, no, my man didn't say, he's telling. You know what my man said? You know you're a dead man, right? I said, yeah, basically. He testified against me.
He did.
So, how you doing, Eric? Just let you know, I know, that you're still alive. My prayers wasn't answered. But I hope that you hear this message.
Without a doubt.
What?
You feel Madonna you feel like she gave you up to this person. And
I feel it.
knowing what she did, so she knew she was working for the government then.
Yeah.
Madonna knew.
Wow.
I'm serious.
She brought her book to the Mob Dollar, whatever, with Madonna.
Arlene put in her book that this is what.
Yeah, for Madonna to play the starring role in her book.
No, she didn't put it in the book that she told on me. Mob Girl came out before my book. Mob Girl was what she was trying to get Madonna to be the actress for her book.
That's how they met up in
That's
Lynch.
how they met up. Mm-hmm. Mob Girl, she was telling on other Italians and stuff. I don't know if Vico's seen that book, Mob Girl by Arlene Britman. It's a good book because she testified on a bunch of
in the 70s.
She was a hooker. She was a prostitute.
In the 70s.
She was sleeping with all the big high-level mafia dudes that she told on. But the bottom line is, yes, Madonna told on me. If y'all want to know that, y'all want it on in English, Chinese, what you want me to say it in Spanish? How you say Spanish, Madonna told on me, Stevie? Chota Madonna. Chinese, ying, Madonna. You like me? Whatever y'all want me to say, Madonna told on me. Madonna had something to do with me going to jail. Right? So
Chris has something to do with
Chris has something to do with Vico going to jail.
How do we get back to that?
Just like, anybody else want to say hi to the snitches? But my thing is this, that's in the past. I'm not even thinking about that no more. I don't hate Madonna. I don't hate Rodney Stokes, San Francisco. I don't hate Eric Barber, Baltimore, Maryland. I don't hate none of them. I just
with the gold Porsche. That's what he did him in.
I just hope they don't.
That's when you say, well, that's how that all relates to what you was driving. So then somebody goes,
1994 gold Porsche. And I don't care.
Look, I don't mean to glorify snitch.
And I don't care.
I don't mean to.
I don't care.
But that gold Porsche, with the way you're describing it, my nigga, it feel like it's something going down that street.
Look.
It feel like something. I never seen one.
You could glorify them because I want them to know that everybody to know that they hot. Because they probably telling people they not hot, they're not snitches and stuff like that, But would I eat with them? Would I socialize with them? No.
Do you think?
Do I care about them? No.
Is there a thing happening where it seems that most of the people who snitch or cooperate were never bosses? Is that correct?
No, that's not
true. You think that sometimes it is the bosses?
Bosses tell too.
Nikki told.
Bosses tell too. Nikki was a boss. So you see, you're not you. What's you drinking in the water? Man?
No, but I'm saying, after Nikki, we know people who.
Well, I'm not gonna start naming names.
No, well, you don't have. Okay.
Because you got to do your homework. But there are bosses at told.
Oh, okay. All right,
there's workers at told. There's bosses at told. There's captains, lieutenants.
How you break it down? all snitches have an excuse of why
They snitch.
That's right.
Fuck my wife. He stole
Stole
my
m-
money.
you didn't give him a lawyer.
Drugs. He didn't give me money or to my family while I was in jail.
Yep.
So
They're
much
all
to say.
using an excuse to snitch.
But there shouldn't be because you know the code when you go in
They all find something in their own brain
to justify.
to justify what they're doing.
To lie, they have to lie to you. It says, no. How many snitches you know come to you and say,
I
Flex,
snitched.
I
I'm a
Cooperated.
snitch.
Loud and proud.
You know? Yes, I snitched. Yes, I'm a snitch.
Pull out the list. All right.
You know,
Yo, he need to
you
show
told
by
me,
himself.
you told me they'll call you up and say, "Yo, why you still talking about me?" You tell me shit like
yeah,
that.
that's true,
All right,
true.
so my
True,
thing
I
is
get
this, they
that.
don't want nobody to know. They think it's gonna die down, right?
The
Because
internet's not gonna allow that.
I told in 1970, it's 2017. How can I escape this?
No, I think people used to tell back then, but there was no way to trace it.
Yo,
You tell them, South Beach, 1994, 1995, on the beach. If I ever snitch, put a bullet in my head. Those were his words. So you see him say, did you ever say that on the beach? Yeah.
So, what do you think changed from why he did it?
And same thing as every other snitch.
Fear.
Manipulative, manipulative individuals solely care about themselves. Mostly all snitches are always about themselves. And they all want to keep their money, never want to give it up. See, once you're in too much in love with yourself and your money, you don't care about nobody else.
Team doesn't
They
live.
took everything I had.
Flex, give Vico his own show. He needs to get a show.
Come on, man. Give him his
Or
own
we go
show.
back and
You
get
have
a
an
show,
interesting
we go back.
perspective of this too.
Huh?
You have an interesting
Oh,
perspective.
I'll come and he'll sit here and I'll stand there. I got so many people I can bring to you. Warren from The Wire, Ice from Boy George, Rick from the Edenmore case.
What do we
They
have?
all- these are good
Pete, what do
dudes
we
that
have
you-
positive? What do we want to
And
say?
they all
to
gonna
the
say
kids?
positive things.
What do we want to say to the kids coming through? We got it. What do we want to say to the youngins?
Watch the candy you eat on Halloween. What? What do you want me to tell
What do
you?
we want to advise the youngins not to
Stay
do?
in school, get a job.
Stay in
Stay in
school.
get a job.
Yes.
Don't be a follower. You don't want to be like me. I don't want you to be. I know a lot of the young brothers look up to me and because they see me on the street, Uncle Pete and all that. I love y'all. I love all of y'all because I know you're not no snitches. But don't want to be like us. You right? Because you're gonna end up doing a lot of time. Stevie did 24 and some change. I did 21, 25, 25 and 3 months. I mean, they all
A lot
everybody
of
did.
time, man.
Vico, what was yours?
I'm gonna beat the second case.
Yeah, so everybody did all these time, right? Because like I told you before,
How do you spend that
time
time?
is time.
How do you? How do you? I can't. How do you spend that time?
I wrote movies. I wrote books.
But I mean,
Some people stay in front of that BET set, and none of these dudes that was with me do that. And they stay in front of that BET set, and what happens is when they come home, they lost because they say, "Yo, I'm gonna be Jay-Z. Yo, I'm gonna be."
Yo, man, free my man Lil Canoe. He doing 15. He younger than me. He not coming out to 2030 or something like that.
And it's hurting them. And I got to talk to him because you gonna do it. You gonna do it, and you gonna be stand up behind it. But my thing is this.
On them too.
But my thing is this. The whole thing is when you go to jail, if you expecting to come home and do what you've been doing,
forget it.
that's a strike one. You gotta get in there and change your program. I don't care if you selling number 2 pencils. Come home and be the richest number 2 pencil in the world. Sell the most pencils, you be the richest. But you cannot come home want to be somebody else. Yo, I just seen The Godfather. I see where I went wrong now.
What was that?
Michael
what
Corleone.
was that like
I see
for
what
you?
Michael Corleone.
What was that like for you? You know,
It was a hell of a trip. I had fun.
When you,
What?
when you,
No, I'm just
like
playing.
when you're coming out, like
What?
25 in, and you know that day's coming, and you touch them streets.
Did they come home?
Was it? Well, yeah. Like what was it like? Was it what you
What
expected?
do you think I wanted first? I want to see.
know.
You're a civilian. I want you to say what I wanted first. I know what they're gonna say. But what
No,
you say?
I'm
what I
gonna tell you
wanted
what I
first?
think.
What?
Only because I knew you before you. Because I
What do you think I'm gonna want first?
party. And we want to do that.
A party.
I don't know. I'm thinking.
And we couldn't even be on
I'm gonna
Family
tell you
Feud.
something. I'm gonna tell you
Yeah,
something.
You could be on Family. Yo, yes.
We would've lost.
Hey.
Yo, you know what? I'm gonna tell you something. You had the party. I didn't get the invite. I know you had a welcome. You had a party because I heard about
Sugar
it.
Daddy threw that. I didn't do
Okay. See, but I'm just letting you know.
Bentley's, the DJ from Bentley's.
No, absolutely no.
He tried to get to you, but people was blocking.
Yeah, I was trying to get at you.
I'm there.
He tried to
I
get
don't
to
know
you.
what
I'm in a part.
Did you owe me any money?
I'm
Let me finish.
as a civilian.
Flex, you saying the number one answer would have been
I mean,
party?
that's only because I knew you as a going and as a promoter. That's why I said party.
Let me see if my people know. Let me go to my people that. What is it, Terry?
Love his family, man.
No. What was the first thing I wanted to do when I got home?
Oh, eat.
Popeyes.
Papa?
I wanted a good meal.
Seafood.
Seafood.
Where'd you go? Where'd you go?
Yeah. That's the first thing I wanted. Number two, who can give me number
Wait, which
two?
one you go to on City Island?
Number
Which
two,
one?
Family Feud. Number two.
Wait, which one? Johnny's?
Hold on.
Right across the
Hold
bridge.
on.
You don't go all the way down?
To the left.
Nah, we go
Go to
Lobster House. Lobster House is better.
All right.
I can only imagine some female company.
See?
That was
Number two, Gucci. Number two, Gucci. So, what's number three, Toe? See Rodney Stokes. Nah, I don't want to see him. I want him to enjoy himself. I hope
Rodney,
he
you taking a
hope he
beating
choke
today,
on some.
bro.
I hope he choke on some turkey neck bones or something.
Karma. He got to come in.
But
Karma.
see, food was my number one. What was yours, Steve? Okay,
Moms.
that should be number one too. Right? I want to see my moms too, but I want to get me some to eat first. Vico?
My wife was waiting in the hotel room.
You literally, he's getting.
Okay.
Yep. I saw my moms and pops. Big hug.
Art,
To the hotel room.
family.
Let's get it popping.
Yeah, same thing, family. But we did go straight from the jail to the hotel, though.
Oh, you did?
Me and my wife, yeah.
I mean, my wife ain't picked me up. They picked me up. So when I wanted something to eat. I said, man, I want something to eat. Some real, because I was a.
Was it what you when you walked out of there? Was it what you imagined it would be walking out there? You thought about that. You had all that time to think about what that day would be like. Was that day like what you thought it was going to be when you touched that sidewalk?
They filmed me coming out. That's why. They filmed, and then the police told them to shut their cameras off. They was filming me coming out the jail. I was so happy as a motherfucker. Yay! I'm free. Free at last. Thank God, buddy, I'm free. Yeah. But the whole thing is, right?
What would you do different if you could do it over? What would you do different?
Probably killed all my snitches before I went to jail.
What's up? What's up?
I was just playing. Yo, for me,
Rodney's playing.
I'm playing. Put that in there, playing, Ronnie. Hey, I know he's listening. Hey,
It's easy to say every man in here went to jail.
Something happened when we started doing these interviews where
Listen.
names started getting called. Like it wasn't like that in the beginning, and now it's like.
Exclusive, Flex. It's
yo,
exclusive.
this nigga Rodney was
And
talking
you know, every
so
time
much.
somebody name your call,
Listen. No shit. This dude Rodney talks so much, like he talks real quick. Anybody would tell you to know him. So he was testifying so fast. Yeah, Peter Shue, he gave me 10 years. Right? You know what the judge, and this is on everything I love, my mother and everything, God bless her dead. You know what he said? The judge told him, oh, okay, we got to know. Shut it down. Yo, the nigga was talking. The judge told him
turn down the snitch button. Turn down the cooperation
the nigga
button.
went shut the hell up. Yo, I
We
wanted.
got it. He's going to
Yo,
jail.
yo, I wanted to tell him.
Got it.
Yo, I wanted to tell. Yo, Flex. I wanted to stand up and say, yo, pass the fucking mic, man. Let somebody else talk. Hey, yo.
You're right. I'm gonna tell you your best phrase today is definitely.
Which one?
They got enough time. Like they spoke enough. Like
Yo, they spoke enough. You don't give them no more interviews. No, and I'm telling the snitches this. You don't deserve an interview to come on a radio station to say what? Yeah, I told, but.
This is why I told.
This is why I told. This is why I'm hot. This is why I'm hot. Remember that song came out? This is why I'm hot. Yo, me and my man used to be pull up say, this is why you're hot. And then we used to be like this, walking the track.
if you had a chance, Shue, to do something different,
What
what would you do different? If you could rewind the clock, what would you do different? If you could,
I'd probably take your job because I'd probably do better than you.
You want to be on the mic?
1 2 1 2. Nah. You know, I always loved basketball, so I would probably coach.
Okay.
I would probably coach kids because I love the game. And I was coaching when I was a drug dealer, and I was coaching a lot of high-profile players. And I would teach them things and of the game, and I love talking the game. So
First, when he came back, we did the charity event, right?
did the charity, man.
He coached. I was the assistant. You know what I'm saying? First game back, won. I think it was a close game too. It was like a game winner too.
Yeah, I had to throw my hat on the court of the
Yeah,
referee.
he was about to.
Was it different? Now this had to be different for you because for most of your childhood, he was away.
Yeah, I had to figure things out.
What was it like? So now you're one on one with your dad. You're like you're spending time in the flesh. There's nothing between y'all. Like, was that different for you?
I mean, I can't speak about nobody else, but me and my father's relationship was always tight, but it became stronger when he got out. You know, he just became more.
We got to know each other more.
You know, vocal and more there. You know, core links. You have to wait. You know what I'm saying? And real people know what core links is.
Me and my kids argue because they all mouthy and they all got my
Come
temper.
from him, you know?
They got my temper. So I go at it with them, but I love them. And, you know, I respect that they became good kids while I was gone. You know, I
Important.
love that. And that hurt the most, not being away from my kids. You know, not being with them, not being able to, you know, I don't know. I still trying to figure out which.
You know,
mother told
I
me
kept
the
his
time.
letters. I kept all his letters.
But one of the mothers told me one time that she took one of them to the park. It was one of the boys. She took him to the park, and they were supposed to go on the with the bikes. Every father out there was out there for their kids with the bikes, and it was either him or my son Brandon, and was the only ones out there with no father, and that crushed me. You see what I'm saying? Because things like that eats me up. And that's why I hate snitches. Because of what they did to me to make me miss 21 years of my family, 25, 5, 6, whatever they did, these guys, I know they feel the same way. Man.
To get themselves off
At
and
the
not do that
time,
time.
when I first went to jail, I wanted to get their ass. But now, I don't even care. I don't even think about them. The snitches, you know, they feel that they didn't do that much damage, but they did a lot of damage. And the thing is, they don't even regret it. They don't regret it. They just happy they saved their ass, you know? And that's why I got no love for them, none at all. And I don't care if I needed a glass of water on the desert, I wouldn't take it from them. I don't get, that's why people be like, yo, homeboy could get his, nah, he a snitch, I ain't fucking with him. I don't want no help from them. I'd rather go the way I've been going, the hard route, which is almost over because I'm getting ready to get back where I'm supposed to be at. And they have nothing to do with, they couldn't stop. They tried. They tried to call people up and tell them, yo, you don't want to mess with Shue, he's on some shit, he crazy, he might kill you. I know the shit they told everybody. But to know me is to love me. And people that really know me, they'll come out their woodworks for me. And I love them. And this is a serious moment because I'm sad because I left a lot of dudes in jail that's never coming home. That's good dudes. And because these fucking rats, they killed their spirits because a lot of them got life and never coming home. Their spirits gone. And I felt it when I used to walk by them, you know, and it just brings tears to my eyes that these cowards out here is getting away with this bullshit and people are condoning it and giving them shit. You know, I wouldn't care if you don't give me a dime, but don't give them a dime. Don't make a movie out of them. Don't make a movie out of me, but don't make a movie out of them.
Glorify it.
Free my people before you do all that. Free Guy Fisher, Underwood, Prince, all of them dudes that's in there, Scooter, Knight, all my friends. Free all of them and all their friends and their family before you start going, oh, let's do a rap movie. So this is real. These are real tears in my eyes because a lot of them brothers is my peoples and they never coming home, so they like my family. And I hate that these snitches is walking out here, oh, what a beautiful morning, oh, and a brick don't hit them in the head. I hate that because they screw everybody, they screw these dudes' lives up and they still walking around, and that's why I'm so hard on that, and that's why I tell you, no snitch deserves nothing.
No,
Nothing.
I know where you stand on it.
And you should understand this now because they don't deserve nothing. I don't care what excuse they give you, what kind of money they try to put in your pocket. You know, they don't deserve nothing.
No money.
No, I'm talking about
In general, got it.
They don't deserve nothing. You know, if I was still that way, which I'm not,
It'd be different.
they deserve what I want to give them, but I'm not into that no more because I'm a changed man. But when I think about my people that's never coming home because of that, of the 20-something years I did and 20-something years he did, man, come on.
No, I know.
So I want you to remember these tears that come out of my eyes because I'm pissed. I'm not crying because I'm sad. I'm pissed because these cowards, not because they telling, because they come to you with these lame excuses. They come to you telling you all this, oh, Flex, let me get on the show so I can tell you why I told on so and so. You know, oh, let me tell you why I told on Kevin Childs. Come on, man. I shit on them niggas. I hate them. And they can't be in the same place as me doing an interview. They can't be on the show with me. They can't be nowhere with me. That's why they don't come around me. They know better. Because I will come down with that wrath then. You come around me knowing you ain't supposed to come near me, stay the hell away from me. You stay the hell away from me, I'll never come. You never have a problem with me because I don't chase rats. You know, I couldn't catch the mice in the house. I'm gonna chase the rats. You know what I'm saying?
Clear.
So take that Jew.
I appreciate you coming,
saying?
Peter, and I appreciate you sharing this with me. We had a good time.
But I want you to bring the
learned
other
a
good
lot.
brothers on the show.
I love to, man.
I want you to bring. Warren said you talk to him, he'll come in from Baltimore. You got Rico, you got Ice, you got Stevie could do his own joint. You got the Lynch Mob from the Bronx. All my peoples. Gotti from Brooklyn.
Once again, we're not condoning.
No,
street
we're
life.
not just condone.
sharing
We just want to
some
share.
story. Yeah,
we
we're
want to
sharing.
share and
information.
and teach the kids so they don't get trapped off. The gang stuff, leave it alone, man, because they trying to give you 10 to 20 years for just being a gang alone, plus your time for your crime.
I never understood that, Peter. I know, man. I know this is a long interview, but I never understood.
Make sure you show the whole interview.
We'll leave that. I never understood the younger generation and the gang element. It always, it was a little confusing to me, you know, in terms of the reasoning behind it. Like,
and I never listen. I don't cry. I don't beef. I don't whine. I don't cry about the time I did. You know, yeah, it bothered me that my kids wasn't with me. But the whole thing is, if I can't spend no time with my kids, I knew they was gonna be alright because God's gonna bless them. See what I'm saying? But
the problem is the people that cooperate, they walk.
What I don't like right now,
that's the
what I
nuts
don't
thing.
like right now, is I got people that's not going to never come home. Ice is going to be a good person to interview. Why? Because Ice had life. He had to fight his ass off to get that life off of him. When you interview Ice, talk to him about the feeling he had when he had that L. That is a fucked up feeling, man. To have an L, you never coming home, never going to see your family, and they send you to scuba boo 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 boo. So you don't get your family can't even get to you.
Can't come to you.
See what I'm saying? So ask Ice about that, because I'm gonna make sure Ice comes on this show. Rico,
Well,
Stevie.
he already shared.
Well, you can get him on here. He'll give you a lot of more shit.
My guy already
Rico has a
took
lot
a-
of knowledge.
he took
just stop going with Chris like Chris. Stop acting like Chris is something special. Chris
Nah,
is some shit.
you already distributed the L. You gave it to him.
Chris took an L to
Yo, but just know, we got a lot of brothers you can interview.
No, I know.
You know, you can interview Art. You can interview all the brothers that
we're
stand
working
up
on-
dudes, and I'll get them in here for you.
Don Diva's working on me getting some time with Guy Fisher. You know,
That would be
we're
excellent.
working on that. Like he gave me I think his sister. I talk, take a good conversation. But I'll be honest, I want to try to get there. I don't want to go on the phone. I want to.
Kevin had, listen, let me tell you something about Kev. Kev kept in touch with me my whole bit. Him and his wife, they was sent me magazines, interviewed me, you know, did anything I needed. You know what I'm saying? Kev is a real dude. And the stuff he revealed to you in his interview was real and it was deep. And I'm just letting you know Because some people think, because Kevin's laid back, they could come in and dress, they might be able to come in and dress something with Kev. But you better believe that if you ever go and try Kev, you better try me first, because I'm gonna be on your ass. And I get love from all over the United States. But I'm a changed man. I'm a changed man.
We're in a peaceful flow. We love everybody.
Yo, the worst thing the feds did to me, you know.
We're gonna go to City Island, but I'm gonna take you to. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna take you to Johnny's Reef.
Okay.
Cause I like
a cheap one.
I love that. Yo, you take the best tartar sauce on the island.
You would take
best on City Island.
2 for $10.
You gonna love it. You gonna love it.
Hey, look, but listen. For real. You know, the worst thing the feds could have did was put me in jail, because I got so many more friends and ties now. So I'm stronger than I ever was.
Well,
they was trying to shut me down. I'm talking about just being strong.
Friends.
So I have friends.
Yeah.
So I have friends all over the place. I got friends calling me from different countries because they put me with them.
Well,
so my thing is this, yo,
I'm not picking up the phone though.
I'm loved because I love. And my people love me. Listen, when I was sick and almost died, everybody came to the hospital to see me. See what I'm saying? So, you know, when I came home, people come see me every day. You know?
Blessed.
It's like a bunch of, because I'm a good dude and I don't cross nobody. You know what I'm saying? And my team don't cross nobody. And when I say team, don't mean they work for me. Team mean family, because they all bosses. There's not a worker in this room right now. There's not a worker that's with me in the street. We all bosses. And that's the mentality they have, and that's the mentality I respect.
Well, moving forward,
I'm not going to Johnny V's.
Yeah, no, we gotta go. Sure, we gotta do it. You're gonna love it. Have you ever been? Have you ever been?
Come on, everybody go to Johnny.
What you say? That tartar sauce is amazing. We're gonna go.
That's what you got a girl. A girl in denial. She don't know what's going on. You get her the cheap food, can get the coochie. Come on, man. The real boss.
I like the food. I'm gonna tell you something. I know the owner of Lobster House. That's my guy. His name is JoJo.
Okay, the real deal.
I like Lobster House too.
The real deal is.
You like Sammy's?
Yeah, Sammy's was back in the day. But listen,
I don't love Sammy's.
The real deal is you're gonna spend probably $30-$40 taking her what you call it, and she don't know no better.
Nah, we going just me. We're not taking her. Now you can't take a girl.
Your bill's gonna be $300, and that's why you try to avoid. No. You want to go to Johnny's because of that reason.
No, you can't take a girl to Johnny's. It's not set up for that.
No, I got a restaurant in Chinatown. $600 for 3 people. Where's he at?
What do they serve?
Wayne, no. $600 for 3 people.
Seafood?
Huh?
What do they serve?
Wayne, when I took me and you wanted to eat that Chinese food, how much was it?
But what spot? What spot you went to?
You ain't going.
Tell me.
You ain't going.
Tell me. What spot?
Hey, listen. Yo, I'm thanking you for having us here.
I'm glad you came.
I would give shout outs to all the 10% brothers, the brothers that came, the ones that couldn't come. You know, I love all y'all. I love my youngins.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not better than y'all. We all equal. And if you ever need to talk to one of us for advice, you can catch all of us somewhere. You know what I'm saying? But you always send me Facebook.
Good advice. You know.
Can we hear this before we leave?
Okay, no, I can play it, but you know.
It won't be on it.
See, we can say it because we're on tape. Like right now, we're on YouTube. So now I gotta play this on the radio.
Oh, will you definitely play it?
I got you.
I want people and call me when it's on.
I got
put it on?
I got you.
Shout out to Bam.
Oh, shout out to my man Bam Bam.
This is for the people who cooperate.
Yeah, track 5.
Cooperators are never gonna. You're not gonna.
And don't forget ABS, man. ABS and them got some stuff.
Be clear.
Can they reach out to you and give you some more stuff to hear?
Absolutely.
All right. Sounds good.
So we're in a good place.
Huh? because you look like you're a stand-up dude, but if you lie to me,
look. I'm not cooperating. Listen. No, now here.
Somebody in this room.
Here.
Somebody in the room, and I'm not gonna say who.
Listen, I want to give you.
You got. What kind of dog you got?
Here, this is what I want to honestly say.
You got a dog?
No, I don't have a dog. But listen, I'm the type of guy that says it. I'm the guy that says it from the gate. I would never do a crime with you. You know why?
Why?
You know why.
You gonna tell me?
So at least I keep it a buck. I'm not. I'm gonna go. But see that? You know what that does? I gave you an advance warning. Okay, if we down there.
1, 2, I'm out.
Yeah, I'm tell the truth.
Yeah, we
All
out.
right.
We out.